Should we believe the hype?
What hype?
The hype about Booby Miles.
Nah, hype is something that's not for real. I'm all real.
Okay, welcome back. You are now tuned into the Believe No Hype podcast, where sports and entertainment meet culture and all hype gets put to the test. I'm your host, Mal Rizzo. I got my co-host, Cevn himself, and our third co-host, CMB himself, is at the desk today. And we want you guys to remember to like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share. And let's get into some NFL action from this past week.
Yes, sir.
Last episode we covered the Pats and the Jets, so we're gonna just jump right back into the weekend's football. We'll start out with some of the most polarizing topic this week. Dillon Gabriel goes down with a concussion during the Browns-Ravens game. Our boy Shedeur finally gets his chance to get in the game. Didn't have the greatest of performances. Wasn't one for the books. You know, wasn't exactly Tom Brady-esque coming off the bench. But that has been a debate amongst everyone this week is, did Shedeur get any reps with the ones? Why didn't he get any reps with the ones? Do backup quarterbacks get reps with the ones? You have all these career backup quarterbacks sharing their experiences. Your Chase Daniels, your Dan Orlovsky's, right? You have starters, Kurt Warner, Cam Newton, guys who have different perspectives I've seen from different quarterbacks.
Right.
And the one thing I think is that different teams, different coaches handle their teams differently. Some guys get their backup quarterback 5 to 10 reps a week. Some get none.
Mm-hmm.
Some OG veteran quarterbacks don't want to see their backup getting reps in practice. Some OG veteran quarterbacks like to get a relief in practice, right? So it seems to be like a little bit of a difference in opinion. But the main thing, or the main polarizing issue, is people who are saying, oh, look, he wasn't ready. We knew he wasn't going to be ready. We knew he wasn't going to be any good. This is exactly why we thought he was a 5th-round pick, yada, 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 yada. Like, we've never seen a backup quarterback come off the bench and throw 4 for 16, an interception, and, you know.
I mean, he came in the middle of the game, right?
Game.
So, like, I mean, how much can you, like, could he have come in and, like, won them the game and threw for 100 yards? Maybe.
I mean, he was a couple plays away.
But he was a couple plays away, couple drops away from that happening. I just feel like they love to, like, and I don't know where I fall on this, right? Like, because they love to hype up the Shedeur Sanders stuff. I love to hype it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
we do.
I want to see him win.
We want to see him, period.
I want to see him, period.
Yeah.
Like,
He's entertaining.
He's entertaining. He's
good football.
And the funny thing is, he's entertaining in a way of, like, he doesn't even really say that much, but we are just enamored by him. And I think it's we're so enamored. I mean, I know we're so enamored because he was one of the top 3 quarterbacks coming into the draft last year, and he drops to the 3rd or 5th round?
5th round, I think.
5th round, something like that.
4th or 5th.
And then he sits as the 3rd string quarterback for a long time. Then he's, they trade Flacco. Then he's still the 3rd string, and then he becomes the 2nd string, and now all of a sudden he's starting. It's funny how much stuff can happen in a football season, like to get him from a nobody to not a nobody, but from the 3rd string to the starter. And I honestly don't think that him not getting reps is that big of a deal. That's normal. I think that's normal.
Normal.
Like, if you're a 3rd string quarterback, I mean, how many reps are you really getting? If you're a 2nd string quarterback, how many reps are you really getting? And I understand. I can't hate Kevin Stefanski or that whole coaching
I don't
staff.
think that Cam Newton's whole rant of Kevin Stefanski is specifically trying to stab it. I just don't buy that fully.
Right, that's overhyping this whole situation. Yeah. Like, the fact of the matter is, he was the 3rd string. Whether or not anyone in the world or we here at Believe No Hype think that he should have been the 3rd string quarterback.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, he was drafted in the 5th round. He's the 3rd string quarterback. He's got to do what the 3rd string quarterback's got to do. And you know what? He's been doing everything he needs to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be a good teammate and to play well for this team. And he came in and he still played with good pace, good timing, good technique, good footwork.
He did the best he could.
He did the best he could.
Situation.
We talked about that last week. We really and I'm very impressed. Every time I watch him in practice, every time I watch him on the game, I'm just so impressed by his footwork and his timing and his pace of play. And now, you know what?
I just think he wasn't used to playing. Obviously, it's very clear he wasn't used to playing with that group of receivers.
Yeah. I just think he wasn't used to playing against real defenses.
Yeah,
that was the only thing that I really saw. Like, I mean, he had the one overthrow, but I get what he was doing. Like, and to me, Jerry Jeudy let him down a little bit, but that could be because they haven't played well together.
Right.
Like, but what we love to see is he's getting the reps now.
Yes,
He's
he's
in
going to start
practice
this
now. He's starting this week, and we really get to see a real.
and there should be no excuses after this week.
Right,
And I don't have a high expectation of him
Right.
because obviously it's his first start. He's still a rookie.
and it's still the Browns.
It's still the Browns.
This week is going to tell us what that coaching staff really thinks of him.
Right.
How many attempts is he going to have? What type of playbook?
What
is he
type
gonna
of
be working
playbook?
with?
Yeah.
And also, I want to see who's going to be active this week.
Like who's going to try and go and get it for him?
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
gonna
Is
try to work-
Njoku, Fannin, Tillman, the rookie, like the running back, like are the offensive line? Is everybody going to show up for this guy?
Yeah.
If he is the quarterback and has the presence and has that aura amongst his teammates like we think he does, I would imagine some of those guys are going to really want to show up for him
Yeah.
to prove that he is the guy they want to play with.
Yeah, and I think the biggest person that really needs to show up for him is Quinshon Judkins, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I think that like he really hasn't these past 3 games. And we love Quinshon. We think he's a great player. But these last few games, he has not been really doing. He hasn't been doing what he did on his first. Like when he came off that suspension, he was coming out the gate
Fresh
hot.
legs. He had those fresh
Yeah.
legs coming back.
Now it seems like he's not slowing down per se as in pace of play, but they're keying in on him.
Yeah.
He's not breaking the run, stuff like that. So we really need to see him. I think that's his
I
biggest.
think they're
red
game
flag.
planning for him too a little bit
Yeah.
more because I mean they have the tight ends their threat. Judy, I don't think teams view Judy as a threat. So it's probably the tight ends in the run game and then probably the receivers.
Yeah.
But I would imagine there's game planning a little bit for Judkins at this point of the season.
I just know I'll be watching him. We've been fans of Shedeur for a long time. We want to see him succeed, and I don't think though that this you said isn't going to quiet anything. Whether or not he plays, if he plays,
Doesn't matter.
the only thing that
The
could
critics are coming out
Right.
no matter what.
if he plays amazingly, we're gonna go nuts, right? The whole world's gonna be like, how the heck can we ever oversee this? Yada yada, right? Everyone's gonna say, I told you so. If he plays poorly, all the other side's gonna be like, oh, I told you so.
What does
He's off
poorly
it.
look like, right? For some critics, if he goes 44 for 45, 400 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, they'll be like, yeah, that wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
Like,
loses,
you
I
know
think
what I'm
loses the
saying?
game.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't even those stats don't even make sense.
yeah,
But you know
I
what I'm
get it.
saying? Like something like that, they would be like, oh, you still didn't get it. Like
I mean, he's the epitome of this show, though. Let's be honest here, right? Like,
must see football. and
Yeah.
People are going to be tuned in to watch that game, no matter what happens. Who they playing this week?
the Browns.
Yeah,
I think I have it right here. They're playing the Raiders. They're not even playing anyone that
win that
good.
game. They could win that game.
Yeah.
Win that game. Their defense
That's
is
a great game to start.
That's
Yeah, it's a great-
and that's a team that people thought he was going to end up with.
Yeah,
So I think his mentor Tom Brady is part owner of that. So
yeah.
what better team to get a start and a good win to start your career off against than that? Like that could be like part of the story come the end of all of this.
Yeah,
So,
I would love it. It still begs the question about the coaches and
I
do they
just-
want him. But I feel like a lot of these like coaching stories out there, whether it be the Stefanski stuff or the
Yeah.
LaFleur stuff in Green Bay, or even the Atlanta Falcons stuff, the Raheem Morris stuff, or the Dabble stuff in New York, I just get the feeling that it's so inflated. Some of that,
It
like
is.
it's so like
Has to
they put so much. I'm not saying that like some coaches aren't bad, but I feel like it's like we make up because we don't know everything that happens in the locker room, because we don't know everything that happens in the meeting.
Right.
There's so much to be left for speculation.
yeah, we speculate a lot.
Everyone
We
speculates,
fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
We fill in the blanks with our own thoughts, our own preconceived notions about it.
and we really don't know. Like
don't know.
Stefanski, like he's a two-time coach of the year.
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna say he's a bad coach? Like, because Dillon Gabriel or because Joe Flacco or whatever?
I think the question that a lot of people seem to kind of agree on is that it's the Browns organizationally, not just the
Exactly.
coach, but
Right.
organizationally they have a problem.
It's like the player personnel moves, the
Yeah.
coaching moves. Like,
Right.
what are you doing?
And at
Right.
the end of the day, I forget who said it. I'm sure a couple people said it, but the fact is this, and we've said it. You got a guy on the books for $50 million who doesn't play.
Yeah.
How good can you make a football team
Yeah.
when you're giving $50 million to a guy who doesn't even play?
Yeah.
So that it starts there organizationally, and I think it's going to be a long time. No matter if Shedeur is the next coming of Tom Brady, Cam Newton, whoever you want to say who he is the next coming of, the Browns are still screwed for the next probably 2 years until they get all that money off the books and they can get some more talent, and until you can get people who want to either come play with Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur. People are going to have to want to come there because it's Cleveland at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You can get guys to come there to play defense. We can see, but build that offense up. When's the last time they've had like a dominant offense where you felt like, oh, the Browns can really go out there and win football games? And on the other side, you have Baltimore. A couple of weeks we were saying, I don't know about Baltimore, but you know what? They've climbed their way back to 500.
Mm-hmm.
they have a chance. They're not dead in the water in the in the AFC North. They got Pittsburgh, I think, is 6-4. So there's one game difference between that. If they can keep winning, Baltimore's got a chance.
And wild card is always an option for them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I think
The wild card race is kind of tough though.
yeah.
And actually not really. Jacksonville's the last wild card,
I was about
6-4.
to say.
So yeah, if you can win probably 2 or 3 more in a row, you could probably definitely feel a little more confident about Baltimore.
Yeah, and I think sometimes if your team is not playing well, much like mine, or if your regional team is not playing well, much like the Giants or the Jets, you can get caught up in thinking that the season is over when there's really 8 games left, 7 games left in the season.
Some teams have
7
9
games
games.
left.
Some teams have
have 9.
Yeah, like
So
8 or 9
like
games.
there's still a full season of good football just because the Jets and the Giants are not playing like for anything really super meaningful at this moment in time, or because the Falcons are not playing for anything super meaningful, you can get caught up in some of that and you forget.
about 7. Some teams have 6 or 7 games left.
And you forget that there's still like a whole, quarter and a half of
About a third of the
season
left.
still left. And there's teams like you said, there's teams like the Ravens,
Mhm.
there's teams like the Texans, there's teams like the
Texans.
Chiefs.
Texans and Bills playing right.
Right. There's teams like the Chiefs, there's teams like the Cowboys
Mm-hmm.
who are really the Packers. We were just talking about them. Like these are teams that are really trying to fight to get a wild card spot or can even fight and still win the division.
Divisions, yep.
Like the NFC North open.
I'm glad you brought up the Packers because Packers came to town this weekend.
Yeah.
Giants, Packers. CMB was at the game. The Packers, in the beginning of the season, we were talking about how tough they look. But you know what? I think the Giants showed that they're not that tough.
Yeah.
Giants expose every team.
The Giants have been exposing a lot of
because where that
they just don't win.
you remember it's like any other Rocky story of like we just get the pulp beat out of us, but then we come back and we'll punch you back in the throat.
Yep.
It's like, dude, we just can't finish games. No
Right.
red zone
Yeah.
finishes. Defense really
Defense
can't
lets up,
make
yeah.
important stops when,
Yep.
when they need to make it happen. It's like those little finishing things, and that's why I'm so surprised. that
Youth.
Dable left. Youth. stood
Yeah.
up.
It
Youth
wasn't
stood up.
Dable.
That's the thing.
He was not the problem. It's very clear what the problem is. Again, defensively. Now Giants had a chance to win it at the end.
100%.
They had a drive, ends on an interception, and even after that, they had the 3 and out. There was, I think, 15 seconds left on the clock. They ran a play. Jameis got sacked, fumble, game over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were still in it with their third string quarterback. Now, granted, your third string quarterback's Jameis Winston,
Right.
but the Giants, the show kept rolling. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't even be mad if Jameis Winston got another start this week and let Dart get fully healthy. Because I think that's the maximum thing. If you know your season is kind of shot, now it's like we kind of got to tank a little bit because you don't want to end up in the middle of a road pick. You could get another top pick.
Why get pick 14? We can get pick 4.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But
So at a certain point,
I don't even think they necessarily even have to tank to even get that pick because the team, like you said, they still don't know how to win. So I don't think they're going to win their way into a bad pick. But like you said, I think with teams that are like where the Giants are in right now, they need to do keep their players healthy. So that's why I say like if you say like okay, Jameis have Jameis start another week just to make sure that Dart is okay.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine because they might not win that next game anyway.
Right.
So it's like, would you rather win it? Would you rather not win? And Dart gets hurt again, or would
Right.
you rather win or not win and
get
keep Jameis in there
and get a high draft
and get
pick.
the high draft pick?
Mhm.
So it's like I think with
They
teams
got
like
Detroit. They got Detroit this week.
Detroit.
that, right? So just
Detroit's pissed off because they just
they're
lost to
pissed right
Philly.
now. They're pissed right now, and it's like okay, so you want to see what you have in some of these players. You want to stay healthy, and you want to get
I like that
preparing
you brought
yourself for next
Hodgins back, bro. You've been saying
Yeah,
that.
you've
You
been
were
saying
saying
that.
that for a long time. They brought him
Dude.
back, and he had a great game.
Look how good Hodgins played.
He had a great game.
He looked like a vet.
He did.
He literally hopped on a flight
Yeah.
that morning. I think Thursday morning.
No way.
Practice Thursday. Ended up practice Thursday off the plane. Practice Friday. Walk through game and
It's
Yeah.
pretty much the same offense.
He's a big dude, right? Isn't he like?
He's pretty big.
I think 6'3", 6'2",
Okay.
6'3".
He looked
Good.
pretty. He looked huge though out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and your boy Tracy was balling.
bro, he runs hard.
Your boy Tracy was balling.
runs
Bro,
Hard.
Singletary had a
Singletary's playing
runs.
well.
Yeah.
Singletary's playing well. It's just like a lot of those young guys stepped up. I think we
Ernie had another good game.
this game exposed like it was way more obvious how they were game planning Dex on the defensive line. Bro, they were triple teaming.
Yeah.
like triple teaming.
But that's why Burns can lead the
Burns-
league in sacks.
He's got
though.
13 already. Like it's not.
and that's why
Carter didn't play it much, did he?
no
He
Carter.
benched him, right?
Well,
He's had some drama around him right now.
Yeah.
They said he fell asleep during like a team
meeting?
walkthrough. No, a
Oh,
team walkthrough.
oh, wow.
But he was in the team facility
Yeah.
when he fell asleep.
But he fell asleep, just
My
took a
thing is,
nap somewhere.
Why didn't anybody
They wake him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fucker was on his bed.
Yeah. He wasn't at his house.
Shake him awake.
Yeah.
Like
Everybody probably walked.
Yeah.
Everybody probably walked right by him.
wake up.
Everybody probably walked right by him.
I'm saying, and the coaches were probably Kafka was probably like, no, he doesn't want to wake up.
They leave him.
Leave him asleep.
Leave him alone.
Leave
Yeah.
him.
Let this be
Leave
a
him.
lesson.
Exactly. And that's that thing of Kafka probably like, oh, I gotta set the
They
tone.
gotta set
for
the tone.
guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna sit for a quarter. It's like, dude, this is a top draft pick. This is a guy
Yeah.
that like the franchise is kind of leaning on right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Big time. And he's been a difference maker, not on the stat sheet, but like if you talk about quarterback rushes, if you talk about taking on double teams and all that batted down balls, he's
Yeah.
up there. He's definitely up
Carter,
there.
right?
Carter.
No, he's there. He's there. Pressure rate, all that stuff. And then on the and I also think that team they're building like some real camaraderie. I don't know, like what I'm saying, like
I think
like,
that always happens though in New York teams. Like
Yeah.
they always
It happens,
become
but
like
remember, there has to be like on both sides of the ball, there has to be like the guy.
yeah,
And on defense, it's obvious it's Dex.
yeah,
Okay, it's Dex.
he's the heart and soul.
And then Burns steps up. Everybody knows Okereke is a firecracker. He'll
Yeah.
crack people. Not the best, but he'll crack people. And then the DBs, everybody just goes all out. At the
Yeah.
DBs.
Yeah.
So they're all like, okay, this is the culture on defense. Just go all out.
Yeah.
Make a mistake, make it fast.
Yeah.
Offense is like our guy, the best guy on the offense, Thomas, left tackle.
Yeah.
Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
Easy. And what is he? Stoic. He's not going to talk shit. You can push him after the play. He's going to
Yeah.
say, you're a bitch. I'm not going to even touch
Yeah.
you. Whatever. Walk right back to the huddle. He's like that leader. And he stops the best pass rushers every
yeah.
week.
Mm.
He shuts them down. So his performance is like, okay, we got to follow that.
This is
Then
the
you
best
got-
offensive line's been playing in a couple
Right.
of years.
Fine.
And-
Then you got young guys like Dart and Skattebo.
Exactly.
And that's where it gets fiery. And it's like, okay, there's
And neighbors.
something.
Neighbors coming
Neighbors.
back.
Yeah.
Neighbors coming back. There's something here.
Yeah.
There's something.
And that's where the dabble thing gets like confusing because it's like
They shouldn't have fired
you
him.
still have an opportunity. They still have an opportunity to go 7-9 or whatever,
have some
7-10,
consistency,
like
though.
8-9.
Here's my thing.
like-
Why do you want a top 4 pick when all they're gonna happen in the top 5 and the top 8 is gonna be best quarterbacks, best receivers, and pass rushers, and
Yeah.
your best elite offensive line?
Think of it like
Yeah.
this. If your car was broken down and you'd be like, I'm going to get rid of the steering wheel and just get a new steering wheel and the car's going to work all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And that's basically what a coach is. He's just the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Right. And you think because the car's broken down, you're like, I'm going to just change out the steering wheel. And it's like, bro, that's not your problem. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The steering wheel was not the problem. It's the engine, it's
Yeah.
the wheels, it's the exhaust.
Yeah.
It's everything else. And you're sitting here blaming the guy who's
Blaming
trying
the
to put it
guy
all together.
Who picked Dart?
Right. Who
Was
picked the guy?
This guy.
Yeah.
And Schoen made it known. He knew all the cameras were around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a lot of faith in him.
And
This
they
is your
said
guy.
this
He's
week-
your guy.
Sean's keeping his job.
I mean, look,
time
at
being.
the end of the day, his drafting wasn't
Oh,
horrible.
he's not terrible.
Like I like a lot of the younger Drew Phillips, new.
But how much of that? How much of that was Dabble also getting his input in there?
You're right.
You know,
The other question is
some
like,
of these
you look at the
coaches know who
offensive
they
guy.
want.
Do you have neighbors? Do you have Skattebo? Do
Right.
you have Dart?
and
What-
we knew
Dabble.
that Schoen, like who's that guy who went to the Bears? He was a little nerdy, the nerdy receiver for the Bears. young guy.
Adunze?
Dunze.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wanted a Dunes. Schoen wanted a Dunze.
Yeah.
And Dable was like, nah, dude, you don't want a Dunze. You
Yeah.
want Neighbors. Neighbors is the kind of guy. He's like, but in the meeting, he was like not so, didn't look on his P's and Q's
Yeah.
Mhm.
like a Dunze. A Dunze was very like, yes, I wake
Yeah,
up.
he knew all the
Yeah,
plays. He
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
he was like,
yeah,
he was like,
yeah,
oh, what do
He
you do
was
on
like,
this?
No, you want Neighbors. Neighbors
dog.
is
Yeah.
a baller. He's
Yeah.
a dog.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different. And what do we see on the field?
Yeah.
So like identification of who has the dog in him,
Yeah.
like separate from talent.
Like Scat.
Dog it like scat.
Yeah.
Because what was that question he asked him? He was like, oh, so I saw that that you got a little fiery on the sidelines when you didn't get involved early in the game. He was like, well, I like the ball. I can't lie. I like getting the ball. And he was like, it's okay. You can be honest here. He was like, yeah, I do get mad. And he was like, I love that. I love that.
That's the thing that like Dable understands. Like
Yeah.
they like Schoen looks at guys like that and thinks like problem.
Right.
Dable's like, I want my running backs to want to run the ball every
Yeah.
day. I want my quarterbacks to want to drop back, throw the ball, identify defenses every
But
play.
even the
I
way
want
that's
that
a,
guy
like,
every play.
Even the quote unquote reckless stuff that Dart was doing, it's still exciting. That's the type of stuff that if your quarterback's doing that, it makes everybody on your team have to step it up. Because you're like, yo, if the quarterback's lowering his shoulder and cracking dudes with the crown of his helmet,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like,
yeah, what
yeah.
are you doing?
what energy are you bringing? So
Yep.
I think that Cam and Dart have brought a certain energy. The neighbors have brought another energy last year and while he
Yep.
was here this year, and now Dart and Scat add to that. When you put that whole package together with whoever weapons they end up adding, because they're going to be
Yeah.
drafting high
Right.
next year. Whatever they add to that, it has to translate to building a unit that they can keep together for a couple years.
And you could tell the NFL has their eyes on this group because as Skattebo's injured and goes to WWE
Yeah.
Yeah.
and is on Twitch doing his live streams and stuff.
I like his streams though.
Yeah.
The clips I see, he's funny.
He's funny as hell.
It looks like he was meant.
He
to-
did a shoey I saw today. He did a shoey.
with the energy drink.
Yeah.
But a DB TJ Ward from the Broncos.
Yeah, he's like, don't be doing. So, what do you think about the WWE situation? Like, I'm the biggest WWE fan there is, but I look at it like this: it was an aesthetic thing where people are like, "Oh, bro, I just literally saw your ankle hanging on by a thread 2-3 weeks ago, and now here you are front row fighting with fucking Dom Mysterio and whoever, his whole gang of cronies, and it's like, yes, it's scripted, we all know, but anything can go wrong. Someone could fall on you, someone could roll you up."
Yeah.
Like anything can happen in that physical moment, and it's like people are upset. Now his whole thing was, "Hey guys, I just let me have fun. Like I don't want to be. No one expects you to sit in the house and be miserable, but there's like a timing and aesthetic to certain things. And it's like they could have did that whole little skit without him having to be the person that got
Right.
physical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all.
But this whole week is what it made me hate fans so much and hate some of these personalities so much for reasons like and the WWE thing was just one of the reasons that I was mad because and that's why I didn't even respond to you when you were like that. But I know you weren't asking because you thought it was bad. You were just saying that just
funny.
being
I thought it
funny.
was funny.
But it's like, first of all, it's great that he's at the WWE match. Like, it's great that for the Giants.
I
that
can see him
it's-
being in the
it's-
WWE.
Exactly.
though.
It's
Like, his
on
personality.
brand. It's personal. It's
They were selling merch, too.
personality.
Like scat merch.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
WWE scat merch is fire too.
It's on brand. It brings the Giants into light. It brings Scat into light. And then the thing that people didn't notice was he's there with all of his teammates.
Yeah.
He's there with.
Yeah, but why didn't they go over and fight Cooper DeJean and Big Dom? That would have been a fire, like just a
Ooh,
fake,
yeah.
like because what like they did Jalen Brunson and
Oh yeah,
and Halliburton.
Halliburton. They did
right?
that.
They did like a fake, like I think one of them hit each other with a chair. I
Mm.
think
Yeah.
Jalen hit Halliburton with a chair, like a fake chair shot.
Yeah.
Like that was funny. That was
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Like they could Big Dom and fucking
100%.
Cooper were right there on the other side. That would have been a fire. Like, and I'm sure he's
Yeah.
probably boys with some of them. Like,
But think about it.
And they might. Go ahead.
This is all scripted
It's
from
all- yeah.
WWE headquarters.
yeah.
And this was phone calls to agents.
Yeah,
And phone
no,
calls
it
to
had the
people.
league. The league had to approve
The-
it.
Yeah.
All this got
Yeah,
approved.
yeah,
Everybody's freaking out
Yeah.
over stuff that like the best lawyers in the world looked over this
Yeah.
stuff. And like, granted, maybe that push wasn't scripted and that was over the top.
Yeah.
But even then, I definitely know they have what's that word? Clauses to where if it exceeds what happens in the ring,
They would have took
I'll
it.
just
They
say
would have
that.
paid for it.
They
Like, if
would've
he had
paid
got
that.
hurt, they would have probably paid for
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, it's like, okay, he could potentially be like okay in the next like 4 to 5 months, like running and
Yeah.
wait on it. So it's like, come on.
You should.
It's also a loser mindset to be going in there. Like, I hate this whole like, oh, he could get hurt. He could. It's like, yo, we just saw what's his name's Hughes from the Devils get hurt at a dinner table because he missed the knife. It's gotta be
Want
like-
to bomb somebody. Like he
Yeah.
Tom bomb.
I would say
fans.
I would say this. I would say if you're a scat and you do that, you have to ignore the noise and you have to just be like, "Hey, I did it." I wouldn't even have given the response that he did. I think because he's streaming, because he's a little more interactive with the fans, he gave that response. But I think if you do that, you kind of just got to say, "Look, we'll like it was all good." You know what I mean? Like I'm having a good time, like he
Yeah.
said. Like
And didn't they do a behind the scenes WWE documentary just
they have
recently?
a show.
The show, right? The show. So the show, I think, didn't have it went up behind the scenes and it was talking about like how they like planned out. I forget who it was, but they did like something with who wasn't in WWE and they scripted the whole thing and like it was like The Rock being like, okay, like then we were like Triple H was like, oh, then we're gonna like hit you with this, then we're gonna throw you
Yeah.
here and yada.
Like Speed or something.
Yeah. Oh, it was Speed. It was the
Yeah.
Speed one. It was like, yo, Speed, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do
Yeah.
that. It was with Triple H. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. Clearly, they had it under control. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Like, and this is gonna be
Yeah,
cool
they're the best
next
at what they
season.
do.
It's gonna be cool next episode or next season or whenever they do it. And we go back there and we see Scat having that same interaction with these guys. Like, it's gonna be dope. He didn't get hurt, so we can stop the conversation because he didn't get hurt. So we can.
I just think
we
I
can
just
stop
feel
right
like
there.
people feel like they're just like they feel like I mean, I'm one of those people too. It's like if you can walk and you can talk and you can move your arms and shit, you can fucking play football.
Right.
So that
He lifted up his leg and he was like, I can move my toes, I can move my foot a little bit. So he has movement.
it's
And that's on brand too. Of I'm a tough guy. Look at this. I got
Oh, he tried to stand up like right when it happened. He's like, "Look, bro, just help me up. I'll walk it off."
The issue is this:
Like, no, you're not.
every ex NFL player and current NFL player is mad because they're looking at it like,
They
well,
never
I
got to do that.
had 8 years in the league and I never got a call from WWE. I had
different-
12 years. I
different
had
league.
6 years. It's just a different time. And at the end of the day, it's not like Scat called them and said, "Give me this opportunity." No,
Yeah.
he looked at him and said,
Right.
"What young player in the NFL will our fans identify with?"
Right.
Yeah.
The
I mean, they were in New York.
The psycho says woo every single time he's on camera.
He's a nut.
And that's what they identify with.
And-
That's what they got.
It's also the epitome of that, like you said earlier, this freaking Joe Schoen mentality of like, oh, like he's fiery, he's a dog, he's gonna be a problem. Like, yeah, like it's just so different. Like,
I think it's an aesthetic.
baseball at work,
It's an
right?
aesthetic thing. It's an aesthetic thing. Like we just saw you get hurt, and now you're out here front row,
But even outside of
You know.
even outside of the
fake fighting.
Skattebo thing, it's just like these guys, these GMs, these owners, they want to go with these safe, and it makes me think about Atlanta too, because like they want to go with these safe guys who are like, oh, they're gonna be stand up this, they're gonna
Nah,
stand
nah,
up that.
nah.
It's like,
If there's punches thrown in the locker room,
NFL used to have murderers.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
if there's punches thrown in the locker room, I'm sorry, but chances are you got a pretty good locker room.
right.
I'm sorry.
That's not in the locker room. I don't want punches thrown in the locker room. On the practice
how
field.
about on
yes,
the practice
On the practice
Because
field,
at the
yes.
end of the day,
Not in the game and not in the locker
you
room.
want
but
a
on the
team
practice
so
field, yeah.
fiery that they're figuring it out
Yeah.
themselves. That you don't manage that
Right.
so that they don't have to figure it out. You
Right.
make them figure it
And
out.
you want it to, and like a good leader, a good coach, or a good who like leader on the team, a good coach, a good coordinator, anyone in that facility, if they see that fight happening, like they'll let it go, but if they also will limit it too, right? If someone takes their helmet off and tries to smack, okay, cool, you got to stop that.
Let's quote.
But like,
Let's quote Patriots practices this year. What do we hear? Fights all the time.
Yeah.
Rabel getting involved in some of the
Yep.
fights.
He encourages that kind of stuff.
And encourage it. And look at the team that's out there playing.
Let me say this. Let's jump into the Bengals and the Steelers game.
Yeah.
Right? Since we're talking about fighting, banging it out, and all that kind of stuff. You have the incident with Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey. Jamar Chase allegedly, I didn't see any video of it. If there's video,
I saw it.
please show it up. But he spits at Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey socks him. You know, typical thing. But the thing I think the sweetest thing is what Mike Thomas says. I got no words for if anybody spits on you.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So basically, AKA handle your business.
yeah.
What do you guys think about how that situation played out? Was it
There's
provoked?
a lot of spitters in the league now.
I think because now that they
Like that
can't,
was always there.
now
though.
that you can't Andre Johnson, Cortland Finnegan, now that you can't do that type of stuff anymore, what are they going to do? They got to spit now
That's
because they
basically
can't,
what they
they
basically
can't
what they
pitch
ended up-
anymore.
Basically what they ended up doing though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like this they're trying to button it up so much to where it's like they're doing these like
What did I say? Like week 2 of the podcast, put them in a cage,
Right.
let them fight it out, and then get back on the field.
right. But I think that
Cage fighting,
escalated.
penalty box.
You're telling me Bolitnikoff and them, like back in the 70s and 80s
Right.
and 60s even, weren't spitting on each other? And doing
No,
all
they
that
were
stuff?
definitely spitting.
They would probably, but they would fight it out, and then that would cut the spitting and cut the extracurriculars out probably because you would take a punch in
We
the
only had
in the
one
face
camera,
or-
so you wouldn't see it.
Exactly. We got all the
Yeah.
cameras now, so
Yeah.
we're seeing all the spit.
We got like 85 cameras at a game.
And I don't think anyone should be like, oh my god, he hawked a loogie. Like it's like no,
This
bro.
is how
Like,
I feel. This is my honest opinion. And I don't know.
so go ahead.
No, but I was gonna say, I feel like maybe knowing Jalen Ramsey's history, he probably said something or did something that provoked Chase. Chase probably didn't want to swing. He probably thought the next most disrespectful thing he could do to him was spit on him or spit at him. And then Jalen's like, "Oh well, I ain't no bitch. I ain't gonna let you spit on me. I'm gonna."
They said that when Jalen played Steve Smith back in the day, that the players on Jalen's own team came to him and said, "Don't talk to Steve Smith.
Yeah,
he's gonna talk. He's gonna
Yeah.
get riled. That's just his game.
Yeah.
Get involved with it. Like it's
Mhm.
just gonna rile him up." Jalen was like that, but I am that guy. I am.
Yeah.
That was the
dog."
game that made him famous.
That's the game that made him famous. And Steve Smith's version of it is he was like, he came in and cheap shot at me when I was in a scrum.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I look at him, I'm like, what the heck? And he starts having some choice words for me. So I said, okay, that's how you're gonna come at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, every single play, I made it my job to cook him or
Yeah.
knock him
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
And that was it. And it's like, when you have a guy that's like, I'm alpha no matter what.
I mean, we seen one of the craziest NFL back and forth ever there was, which is Odell and Josh Norman, right? Like that was on first snap, first play, like for till the third quarter till they kicked Odell out the game.
Now that was like they were like
But that
vendetta.
instituted
he
the
was in
rule.
game, and then he had the game-winning touchdown in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Or not
Oh.
game-winning. We thought it was game-winning, and then they came back.
Yeah,
and
but
kicked
then they
the field
kick him
goal.
out of the game. No, they didn't
they
kick him out of the
did.
game, and then they made the rule after that,
Yeah.
like because he had gotten so many personal
Yeah,
fouls. They were like,
yeah.
you get 2 of those,
Yeah.
now you're out.
Now
But
you're
that's where that rule came from.
Yeah.
Was because when he launched himself at him,
Yeah.
I never seen that. Bro, he just takes off like a missile.
Norman is standing by the pile, just standing there, looking
Yeah.
down at the pile, and
Yeah.
all you see
luckily
is
he
Odell's
thought-
20-yard.
Luckily, he like sees it at the last second and just like moves just a little bit. And but Odell gets like a little piece of him.
nicks him, just
But,
nick
bro.
him.
Yeah.
If Josh Norman like doesn't see Odell,
Yeah. So
paralyzed, probably paralyzed.
But that is the height of that type.
Yeah,
but
what-
you
what-
want
how
to
it can
see that
escalate.
type of fire, that how it can escalate,
Yeah.
and that's what they're scared of, and that's what I'm saying. Like they're moving with like scared, they're moving scared, and it's like, oh, if they get too choppy, if they get too Steve Smith and Jalen Ramsey, if they get to that,
Cortland Finnegan,
if they
Andre.
get to Cortland Finnegan, it'll lead
like
to
that.
Odell and Norman. But how do you get the most? How do you get a guy to play like?
Like
If-
reach
if-
your highest,
Reach your highest and go higher.
higher.
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
retire.
Like it's like you got to disrespect mother, wife, but like that's the only way you can really get someone to like get to that. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm not saying
Yeah.
kids should go out there and talk about people's moms and spit on people. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying in this sport you have
that
to find
comes
ways.
but that is not something that gets developed when you get to the NFL. That's
Right.
something that starts in Pop Warner,
Right.
that's in high school.
How you get yourself going?
Well, we know, bro. Remember we got into that fight with Shabazz because Josh Josh Griffin
Right.
kept nut tapping the dude after he would snap the ball. He would nut tap the D tackle, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I was on an observer of that game,
oh,
but
it was nuts, bro.
I think
But
that was
people
a
do stuff. It's what
JV
happens,
game, and
bro.
It was like that was a JV game. That would have never
Right.
happened in a varsity game.
I'm just saying, like stuff happens, and like people react, and like people do things to try to get a competitive edge, whether it be chat,
Yeah, but that
whether it
happens,
be
though.
It's how you deal with it, and like you said,
I always dealt with it between the whistle.
But think about
Yeah.
I might crack you,
It's-
but I'm gonna
yeah.
crack you legally.
and think about it. It's the NFL. How many TV timeouts are there? Let the
But-
guys
but
scrum
the-
a little bit.
Yeah.
Let 'em scrum. You're not gonna catch it all on TV.
Yeah.
Only
or
the
just don't
teams
put it
do.
out there. And like you said, these guys can get their get back during legal play.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying, Hines Ward, bro. Like let's
Well, with the new rules, it's
I know it's tough.
so
They're
tough.
gonna throw you out
You
the
can't
game.
blindside, but if you can get in front of somebody, if you can catch their eyes,
They're
bro.
gonna throw you out
no.
the game.
That's the issue. The issue is the get back for the offense physically for receivers, even offensive linemen, is so difficult. Where defenders, bro, you could blindside tackle somebody. You could
Yeah.
you could do a lot to a ball carrier. A lot.
You know-
Even to a quarterback after he
yeah.
throws.
You know what? You know what, bro? Want to know the best get back?
So for some
No,
people,
no.
that's not enough though.
The best get back is the dub. That's
Yeah,
the
get
best
a win,
back.
get a win.
Saying like
1-0 1-0 against you is the best.
Yeah, winning is the
Winning
best.
is the
stuff.
is the best, but like if you moss somebody, bro, you can talk as much smack
Because it's funny.
somebody's face.
We were at the
Yeah,
Rutgers
but it depends
game.
on what they're saying though.
We were at the Rutgers game.
Yeah.
We saw KJ Duff
Yeah.
and Strong,
Yeah.
both dude 6'5".
Number 27 on Maryland. Every time
Yeah.
he was trying to like throw them on the floor. Like they
Yeah.
were trying to block just regular blocking, like not putting
Stuff block.
extreme effort, probably about 80-90%, right?
Tough block.
Just holding their blocks. The DB he's not even trying to get off the block. Him getting off the block is like, nah, I'm gonna pick you and throw you in the dirt. And he did do that several times to both Duff
Yeah.
and Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has film of it.
They
He's
did
gonna have
not
film of it.
react. Like, and he was like, he'd be standing
To the
behind
play, he'd be in their
like-
ear, talking in their
Yeah.
ear on his
They would
tippy
just like
toes.
ignore they
They would
just
just walk back
ignored
to the
him,
huddle.
bro.
Walk
Love
back
that.
to
They're,
the huddle every
mind
play.
you, they're both a foot taller than this.
Yeah.
kid.
6'6", 6'8".
Yeah, and like
That's cold though.
They
That's
ignored
That
cold.
thing of like in their mind, they're like, bro, we're winning right now.
Yeah.
Like, and we're gonna get the dub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the dub. And that is the
And
next
Strong
level.
had 3 touchdowns. That's cold. That's the best. That's the best get back is to
that's the
ball on
best get
somebody.
back,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the best.
Ran for over like 250
Yep.
on him.
That's
Yep.
the best get back. You know who needs to get back?
Who's that?
The Atlanta Falcons.
Oh boy.
Because they need to get back to playing good football. But unfortunately, they've suffered a tremendous injury to Michael Penix Jr. I think a partial torn ACL.
Yeah. They say partial.
His 6th or 7th.
That's
Right.
His third.
Like
Because in college he did a couple, right?
right,
They're-
2 or 3 in college.
This is his third
What happened to
ACL.
him last
for-
year? He was coming off of something last year.
No, last year he was healthy. He was smart.
Healthy? He just
Yeah,
started.
he didn't-
he's a-
he didn't-
Shoulder.
No, no.
Yeah, he had a throwing shoulder injury. He had a throwing shoulder, or was that in college? A throwing shoulder.
Yeah, and so in college he had the 2 ACLs, and then he had the shoulder.
Doesn't he not
throwing
have like
shoulder.
one ACL or some shit?
No, he's got him, but just want to let you know.
Cadaver.
Got him.
They said Brian Finneran said he called up. Brian Finneran's a famous, not famous, but he was an Atlanta Falcons wide receiver for a long time, who was good, but he was always plagued by getting hurt. He was somebody who got plagued by getting hurt. So he said he called up his knee doctor because he used to get his knees busted all the time, and his doctor said partially torn ACL is the most BS thing to say because you have to get the same surgery for a torn ACL that you have with a partially torn ACL. Right. So none of it is about like whether or not it's like
it doesn't heal. It's not.
You can naturally heal. You can naturally heal.
It's a long time.
So making it partial means, like you said, you don't have to get the surgery. If it's partial, you can still try to like rehab and have it grow back itself, but you got to take rest. Blah blah.
Partial MCL you can deal with. Right. Partial ACL or ACL full. Nah.
Listen, much like the Jackson Dart thing, what I was saying about I first prayers up to Michael Penix. We never like to see guys get hurt like that. We want to see him win. Especially I like to see him win. I want to see him be healthy. I want to see him play, have a fair shake, so that people like CMB don't come out here and keep saying
this is the best thing that could happen for him, or no?
I don't think it's the best thing that can happen for him. I think that
he doesn't have to take the blame for this shitty.
Yeah, he does not have to take the blame. I don't think he should have taken the blame at all. But like, I think
we know who you think takes.
Right. I think
he said no. He said this week though. He said put the blame on me. He said that. I heard him say that.
The thing is like I've said this before. It's not that I don't like Raheem Morris. I just don't like him as a head coach often because he's a head coach that you want when your team is doing well. He's not a head coach that you want when your team is doing bad.
He's Vance Joseph, bro. A great defensive coordinator. Probably not a great head coach.
Yeah, it's because he's kind of delusional. He likes to make things seem more positive than they actually are. He believes in guys that are like, and as a coach, you want this, right?
He's a football guy, so he believes in football first.
But he's not an X and O guy. He does not know how to.
No, he's not an X and O guy.
But he doesn't feel his football is like a D'Amico Ryans,
right?
You know what I mean? Like
D'Amico Ryans. You got to remember D'Amico Ryans was a
NFL linebacker.
He feels like a football guy.
Raheem
he's on the
sideline,
but he doesn't have that dog on the side.
Raheem is a steak. Raheem is a steak. Like I know everybody in the league. Everyone loves me. I'm positive. I'm this. I'm that. But but for the team, Penix, I hope he gets well. The problem is
what does success look like for you guys for the rest of the season?
If we finish 7-10, I think that's a good season. Because the fact of the matter is, for the past 8 years, we haven't that's been our
records are. Yeah.
Record 6-11, 7-10.
You'll pick like 9 to 20 with that, right?
Yeah, we pick somewhere in the middle, always like
in the second round, though, right? That's crazy.
So
you have a first round pick.
Why don't you guys have a first round pick? What'd you trade it for?
They trade up for James Pierce Jr. Now, they traded up. They traded back. They traded back into.
But he was top. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick.
Right.
Yeah.
They traded back into, and this is
he balls. He balls. He stands out on the film.
Every time he's on, you're like, oh shit. He's like. And Jalen Walker too, bro. Remember
Jalen Walker?
We talk about this.
Talking about him pre-draft. We were like, they got to get
both of them, and they got. He said he called it in the group chat. Both. He said, I want either Jalen Walker or Pierce. And he got both.
And I think when I did remember when we were sending out those draft mock drafts that we were doing from that website.
Yes.
I think I did a draft where I got both of them. The only difference was instead of going into the third round and getting like I forget who we got, like some linebacker, whoever we got. I went and I got freaking Trey Harris from Ole Miss, like a wide receiver. And guess what we need? A fucking wide receiver. It's just like, it's one of those things. But here's what I'll say. We don't have a first round pick. That sucks. I'm not going, and this is what I'm saying. I hate these fans and I hate some of these people because I'm not going to go flying off the deep end and say like, oh, because they don't have a first round draft pick this year because they didn't plan on drafting in this high in the first round, that we should fire everybody. Because the fact of the matter is we got a first round talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, like, granted, it's not in this draft. We got a first-round talent. We have 2 defensive ends or outside linebackers that can rush the passer for a long time, hopefully for this team. So we're good. But this is my CMB point of, you say give these guys time. And as much as I might not like Raheem, it's very easy for him to turn this whole thing around if he just gets the offense going.
Yeah.
Like, it's very simple. I don't think it's in Zach Robinson.
Not like you don't have weapons.
It's not exactly.
Elite weapons.
Exactly.
You got two weapons.
We got
Two
Drake,
elite-
we got
two elite
Drake,
weapons.
We got
but
Drake.
Drake's a little banged up.
This year he's made himself.
He's a little banged up
He'll
right
be out
now.
for 2 weeks. He'll be
He's
out
a
for
little
2 weeks.
banged up.
He's elite.
But he's elite.
He's elite. He's elite.
But here's the thing: if we were what are we right now? We're 3-6 or something like
Three
that.
and ass.
Yeah, 3-6. So I think we're like 3-6. If we were 6-3, he probably wouldn't even take this next game off. He probably would play through the PCL. He probably would because the PCL is just like your patella being stretched out a little bit.
That shit hurts though.
I know, but I'm not. But
I had that shit before.
but Joe, you know this, bro. You know this.
And
if you're
6'5",
if,
6'5".
if you're winning, you don't have to run the game. You don't have to run the game plan through him. Like he can just be out there as a
They have a guy they can run the game plan
Right.
through
Bijan, but they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it.
Running back.
They don't know how to do it, bro. They don't know how to do it. And that's what I said. So, you get the offense going, gets the offensive coordinator, they're good. They don't have a first-round pick. That's okay. They could get one because they could trade some of their guys, which much as I love Caden Ellis, as much as I love some of these guys, we could trade some of these pieces on defense and get some good. Even Jesse Bates you could trade because I don't think he's even needed right now. Jesse Bates was one of the best safeties in the league last year.
Yeah,
I think he's still really good right now. He's not as good as he was, but he's someone that you could also trade for some good trade value because you have Xavier Watts.
Third round pick, maybe.
Bro, this kid Xavier Watts. You think Jesse Bates for a third-round pick, bro?
People are very fucked up with what they give up for if you're not a quarterback.
He had a great year last year.
He had a
too.
great year last year. He has a
Yeah.
pretty good year this year. He doesn't have to
What
be.
do you think they give a? They're not giving a one.
Yeah,
You
they're
don't think
not
a
giving him
two? You don't think a second?
Maybe a two with
I
another
think so.
player.
I think
Two and a player?
A three. I feel like a three.
Three's a lot. Three's a lot.
Three is a lot, bro.
Yeah.
I think Kyle Pitts warrants a third.
No,
Oh, bro.
Kyle Pitts gets a
Maybe
four.
now, maybe now
yeah,
4 or 5. But
yeah.
Anyway, you can get some picks.
Yeah,
you can
you can get
collect
picks.
picks. Is all I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
there's guys that but Caden Ellis you can get a 2 for because that guy gets sack after sack after sack. I just don't know if you want to get rid of him, but there's ways to get a pick, and I don't even want to go down that road. The fact of the matter is, like you said, there's talent on this team.
You also
on the-
trade future picks.
Exactly,
Yeah.
trade future picks. There's talent on this team
That's what I would do every year.
Yeah.
Just trade my next year's
year
pick.
for
Yeah.
this year and get 2.
Yeah.
Next year for this year, get
There's
2.
somebody who does that. I think it was like Les Snead or somebody.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
would just do that.
Is that's the
Rams,
Rams,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Way to do it, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, look at them right now. They have our pick. They have the number 8
Yeah.
pick. As if the draft started today, they would have the number 8 pick, and
But
they're one of the best teams in the
but they
league.
didn't have a first round pick in like the last 2 or 3 drafts.
Right.
Mm.
Right. And that's why I agree with it. Like I think that we get caught up in the moment, right? Even me, like sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, fire this guy." We get caught up in the moment, and we want to say all these things, but we never let the plan play out.
Develop,
Right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is Raheem's second year for a team that he inherited.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like
Starting to be his
Now he
team.
inherited.
Starting to be his team.
It's
said-
starting
said
now.
You
Kirk.
drafted.
He said bye, Kirk.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, he did. He said bye Kirk for sure, but I
Was
think
he was there last year, right?
he was there last
Yeah,
first
he's
year.
doing this.
Bijan is his.
John is
Right,
his.
Penix is his, right?
Right, Bijan, Penix, and the whole defense is his.
Yeah.
That whole defense got
He put the defense.
put that
together.
defense
He was
together,
from
bro.
free agency. basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all the guys that were there before, they've
Yeah.
just been chilling on the IR. They're probably not even hurt. They're just on the IR, bro. Like, and I respect that because they're able to get it. And all these people that are like, "Oh, well, you let Bryce Young throw for 400 and you let this guy run for whatever." It's like I get it. Like I get,
Rico Dowdle's tough to stop.
yeah, Daddle's tough to stop. They're selling.
He literally called that play that he scored on the end.
Yeah.
He literally kept going to the coaches. He was like, "Yo, whatever it's called," they kept bleeping it out on NFL.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, we need to run, whatever.
It's
We need to run it.
there.
We need to run. I got it." He's like, "It's there." And he went all the way up the chain. Started with his running back coach. Then he went to the offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Then he went to his head coach. And then everybody was like, "All right." And then he
Yep.
Mm.
So I just think like they're selling out to they're doing good things. Let
Yeah.
the plan develop.
You know what you need? You need an offensive guru to run
Right.
the offense, like a genius
Right.
that understands in a situation like right now. Just copy and paste what the Giants are doing. Put
Right.
One receiver out there, 3 tight ends, and run the football.
Exactly.
And we've put up points against good teams. Like,
And you don't need to do these resets all everyone
Right.
likes to do
I can
hit
tell
the
you-
reset button, bro. Like you said, it just takes one. It just takes bring in Dabble maybe. Bring in
exactly.
They're saying McDaniel might not make it through.
Here's what team that you guys are built almost exactly like. They don't have much either, but they win all the time, which is the Bills.
Yeah.
You guys aren't much different than the Bills.
We're not much.
You look at the roster, how
Vikings
the roster's built.
Back away.
Yeah,
Back away.
probably a quarterback away.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, they have
Way better running back.
We're definitely not
I'd say
a
he's better, way better than
James
Cook.
Cook is good, bro.
Cooks
Cook
is
and
a-
Bijan are in the same. I
Yeah,
think
they're
they're in
good,
the same
bro.
conversation.
Bijan is number 1 by far.
Oh, you're saying Bijan better than Cook?
Better than Cook.
Yeah. He's
Like,
better than Cook.
And I would say Drake London's better than any receiver they
Oh,
have.
for sure.
any receiver.
I would say they're more like not like the
And the defense is
Lions.
built of a bunch of random
Yeah,
like
but
Yeah.
solid.
solid.
They're a solid team.
players,
I don't think they're a quarterback away either because they don't have wide receiver depth. They don't have certain depth. Like their offensive line is hurt. They need to get some depth there. Like their defensive tackles are small. They got small guys. Like because they were building for a 4. When it was Arthur Smith, I think they were building for a 4-3. When they're doing a 3-4. So because they're doing the outside linebacker thing,
You
so they
guys
got
used
to
to
get
be a
big.
3-4 for years.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then they keep going back and forth, and it's like, yo, they got to choose one so they can get the right guys in there,
Personnel,
right
yeah.
personnel, because they got the outside linebackers now. So it's like, I like what they're building. I like Brick. I like Raheem on the defense. Like you said, I think they're a coordinator. I think
Yes.
they're an X's and O's guy
Offensive
away.
coordinator.
But a guy who also knows offensive personnel of
Right.
like get that
But
guy,
they
get
thought,
that
right,
guy.
they thought Zach Robinson was going to be that because he was
The
in.
McVay tree.
He was in.
But he's the one
LA.
MFer on that whole entire thing. But actually, I went back and I looked. He wasn't on that Super Bowl team, bro. Or
Okay.
if he was on that team, he was a assistant, an offensive assistant.
Yeah, he wasn't like the coach
he
or
wasn't even
coordinator.
coaching or
Yeah.
calling plays or anything like
Yeah.
that. Like so, and then he did 1 year as the OC
Is it
there.
the same Zach Robinson that went to Oklahoma State?
Yeah, the same the coach, the
I thought he
quarterback.
played for the Patriots for a little bit.
Yeah, he played for the Pats. He was there when Des Bryant was there. He's Des Bryant's quarterback.
Oh wow.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, like, they have an opportunity because Oklahoma they have an opening right now. So they're saying that he's going to go there and gives us an
Oh, yeah, 'cause
opportunity.
they fired Mike
'Cause
Gundy.
they fire Mike Gundy. Now that's somebody. I think Mike Gundy's a good X and O
Nah,
guy.
you're not getting Mike Gundy.
Find-
in the NFL. Those-
Some of these college guys, but they're X's, like you said, they're an X's and O way. Because like
Yeah.
they said something very interesting. They said last year, and we might not have liked Arthur Smith, especially like I liked it. I thought he was fine, but you know me, I had issues with his like press conferences. The way didn't think he really like coached really good games. But there's one thing that he always did, and it was whenever there was a drive that stalled or whenever the team looked like they were like not doing well,
Mhm.
they fucking got into what is that 21 personnel with the 2 tight ends.
Yep.
He fucking got under center and he handed that ball into the belly of Algier and Cordell Patterson, and they ran. I think they said the play against the Browns 2 years ago, they ran 13 runs in a row. They didn't pass the ball once on the drive
Damn.
and scored a goddamn touchdown. And that's called identity. That's called realizing,
But they
hey,
try
listen,
to do that, but sometimes that doesn't win you. That's not winning you the game, and you got to switch it up. So when they struggle is when they struggle to run the ball and they have to give it up, and then they have to go now rely heavily on.
If you could
speed.
they only have one way.
You not throw the football.
They
If you
only-
run the football. How can you not throw? it?
Because they only have one
Bad
way
play
of throwing
calling,
the football.
Bad play calling.
They only run the football via the pistol and the shotgun. They're only under center
Exactly.
6% of the time.
It's crazy.
They're like the lowest.
You're
30
limiting. You're limiting.
limiting,
yourself
bro.
So much.
But the kid probably never in his
That's what
career
they're saying.
took snaps from under center.
That's what they're saying.
But guess what? He's a professional now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotta
Agree.
learn it,
I
dude.
agree.
Gotta learn.
I get
I
you have
agree.
10.
And now
everybody
he's
says-
hurt.
I agree.
And now he can't learn it.
I
And that's
agree.
why, as much as I love this kid, like, you know me, bro, I'm a big
Yeah,
Penix fan, bro. I want to get a jersey and everything. As much as I love this kid, we might have to start looking at a different option. Or I don't think the option is to go. We have Kirk Cousins, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's see what he looks like. Let's see what he looks like. Can't say that you can't say.
He's gonna ball.
That's what I'm saying. If
He's
the
gonna
best thing that can happen right now is him to ball.
He didn't really ball. I thought he was going to ball when he came in the game last week.
I know,
He was like,
but it
ball.
wasn't his
It's
fault. Bro.
hard.
They kept
It's-
dropping.
Yeah.
They kept dropping passes,
Yeah.
bro. They kept dropping passes, and we just said it with Shedeur. It's hard to come in the middle of the game and
Yeah.
just turn the whole thing around, especially when your guys are not helping
Yeah,
you out.
And game planning as a starter is different than game planning as a backup.
Right.
You won't get the same amount of
Yeah,
hours
right.
with the coaches and their staff and everything. Bro,
I mean, you can't compare the
different.
two of them, but I hear what you're saying.
Right.
I think mentally too. No matter what you say, like I know there was, oh, you're one play away, but imagine like these every week you're like, oh, you one play, and then you never play.
you're not gonna get
you
your
play for
adrenaline
6
up
weeks.
for
Yeah,
sideline.
exactly.
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you got to go in.
What
You're
if
gonna
there's
do the
some-
best you can?
Whereas if you're a defensive tackle or a linebacker,
Yeah.
you're in the game,
Yeah,
in
you're
special
still-
teams
yeah.
or some capacity.
If there's someone I trust though to be prepared after a week of practice, it is Kirk Cousins. He's
Yeah.
maniacal like that. We saw the show.
And when he knows he's the guy.
Yeah,
then
when he
can-
knows, when he's
he can
confident,
be
and
confident.
he's
you
has
know,
a lot to play.
he's got a lot to
he
play
has 2 more
for.
years to play for.
Got a, I
In
did.
his
but
mind,
this
he's
is-
like, I can stretch this career out for maybe
Oh, he
1 or
can
2
play
more
probably
years.
longer than that.
And then
Yeah.
this is the Adam Berg, like I'm just not GM. This is my the Adam Berger, the Cevn idea here, and this is why I feel like Kirk Cousins balling out can be the best possible thing for this team at this moment, because of this exact reason. Remember, the original game plan was let Kirk Cousins play, train Penix behind him, try to win some games, right? If he balls,
Didn't he not want to train Penix?
that they were saying some of that type of stuff. I don't really, again, that's all speculation, bro. Like I can't the coaches are going to lie to us and say everything's all good, and then the media is going to say that like
Oh
everything.
my God! Look on the camera for this 2-second clip of like him turning past.
Yeah,
Penix.
bro.
He hates Penix.
Yeah. So
Look at his body
we
language.
can't fall into that type of hype. But the best thing that can happen is Kirk Cousins, because the original plan was Kirk Cousins was going to start for 2 years, and then Penix was going to come in after year 3 and try to play pretty well. Now we almost are resetting that plan because now Penix is hurt. He can't even. He's not even. He got into surgery. He's not going to be back for at least 9 months. They're saying that's August. He misses all of the whole offseason.
That's
Crazy, right? So it's like, okay, you paid this man $100 million. Might as well get that $100 million worth of
Almost
him.
like a Deshaun Watson type of thing.
Almost, except for the fact that this guy Kurt can actually get on the field and not get booed off because he doesn't have some weird massage parlor.
No, I'm saying Penix being injured is like Deshaun Watson because Deshaun Watson got injured at such an awkward time.
Yeah.
And it's dragged like to his recovery into like he probably won't be ready till next month,
Right?
Then to be able to even play again.
Watson, they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the best thing for us is Kurt playing. If Kurt can play well, you can extend Kurt into next year, right? Into 20, and then like next year you can still keep Penix like practice. Maybe start him towards the end of the season, or even just keep him on the bench until Kirk.
No, you sit him. You probably let him sit out the whole year. If that probably be the smartest thing.
The whole year.
If especially if Kirk is playing well, you let him sit out the whole year. Now that's living in like the best case scenario, right? Kurt balls out, you keep him, blah blah. If Kurt doesn't do well, I think the plan now becomes get yourself a bridge. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a bridge quarterback. Hopefully he comes back after like week 3, week 4. He can come in and play okay. And then in 2027, when you have your first round pick again,
you give the keys to your offensive coaching genius, and you say,
that's
you
what
pick the guy.
That's what they need.
You pick the guy.
And that's the thing. Can you get an offensive coaching
and
genius?
we see what it does to a mediocre quarterback and like Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Sit for a few years and
Yes.
play. Like he plays pretty well. He's mediocre.
Nobody wants to let them
plays
do
well,
that
but he
anymore.
plays
though.
well.
Penix should have been sitting. He probably should still be sitting now.
Exactly.
But they don't do that anymore. They don't do that. Remember, you could be picked in the first round and sit for 2, 3. How long did Aaron Rodgers sit?
Yeah.
2, 3.
How long did Jordan Love sat? Maybe only 2 years. But like Alex Smith, right?
Yeah,
like
he sat.
everybody, the good ones, they sit when they sit and they get to come back and play.
And we said this last. I mean, even look at Bryce
Eli
Young.
didn't play right away.
Yeah, Eli didn't play right away either. And we said this last week. They could be 3-6.
He had Kurt Warner in front of him.
Right.
To learn from.
He could have been 3-6 on the bench, healthy. The Falcons could have been 3-6 with Kirk Cousins too.
And now
then you can turn. But you know what? They decided to. These guys don't have
injury-prone
confidence.
rookie in.
Right.
Injury-prone young kid.
Right.
Figuring it out and
Right.
injury. Let the kid figure it out from the side.
Right. And that's why I feel like some of these front offices is like, and that's when the people like me go on these rants of like, you gotta fire these people, you gotta do this, because it's like they deviate from the plan so quickly. So quick.
Better though.
But-
Firing everybody doesn't
help.
do better.
They're gonna hire the same type of people again.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I was gonna say to y'all that I want to propose about this situation, even the Giants situation, is there was a time, right? So the Reggie Bush era, right?
Mhm.
There was a time where you got at least 3 years before anyone would even say anything about being a bust, right? And even that might have not have been too much, because remember they were trying to say Reggie Bush was a bust. His whole NFL career,
Yeah,
he's
they
a bust.
did.
He's a
They were
bust.
trying.
But they were trying to do that, and he kept fighting and kept getting better and better every year.
Mhm.
I feel like they lost. I feel like the whole media, the fan base, they forget that like you're supposed to get a built-in 3 years, especially as a rookie in the NFL. You're supposed to get that built-in 3 years to prove yourself. Like you're
3
not
to 4 years.
3 to 4
That's how I was
exactly.
taught, like college.
The rookie contract. The whole thing was first year figure it out or sit.
And if you were
Second
figuring
year,
out, you get that 5th year.
You get that exactly. Like we saw Cam Newton. It happened with a lot of Stan Bradford. It happened with a lot of these guys. And it's like somewhere along the line, I don't know if it was 2020, some weird stuff happened, some shit happened, but something happened to where
it was college.
It was
the
your,
transfers.
it was your Joe Burrows coming in having success right away. It was like there was somebody who came in.
It was when you allow kids to what do they do in college?
Transfer portal.
No, not transfer portal. After games, they go shoulder to shoulder and they sing the
fight songs. Yeah.
You have kids singing 4 fight school songs in their college careers.
Yeah.
There's no loyalty with the players.
Yeah.
And that leaks into the coaching staffs, organizations. So they look at it like, I'm collecting a paycheck just like everybody else. I'm a $40 million guy, but work just like you. Okay. That's what I'm just a professional.
Yeah.
Fuck the loyalty to the organization. Fuck the loyalty to the sport. Fuck the loyalty to everything. I'm just collecting a paycheck and 40 million. I need to focus on my work. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll shut up and dribble. Like that's what it feels like a
Yeah.
little bit of like I'm not gonna. And then the coaching staff and the owners are like, if my investment isn't paying off right now,
Yeah, 'cause
throw
that's
it
all it
in the
is. That's
garbage.
all it is at the end of the day
Put
for
it in the
them.
garbage.
Invest.
That's a crazy way of thinking about it, because you know we spend a lot of time talking about
It's the money.
the teams, like we just said, it spends a lot of time talking about these teams whose seasons are essentially over, right? Like they're not going to the playoffs, the Giants, the Falcons, but then we don't talk about like the teams that because we're not fans, because there's not in our area, the teams that are doing super well right now, right? Like the Patriots, or like the Lions, or like who's the best in the league right now, the Seattle Seahawks. It's like I think we
They're
should
not the best in the league.
just as much as
They just lost to the Rams.
They did this
Rams.
There were the Rams.
the Rams are the best. But just as much as we study like these bad teams and how they work when they're doing bad, we got to be looking at how these teams work when they're doing well too, because it's like you got to figure it out. But like and we can get into that maybe not now, but another time. But the way they handle these bad teams is just it's so toxic, bro. It's so infectious, and it's just like
Wait,
just
who handles the teams themselves?
the way the front offices handle these bad teams, like the Jets front office, right? The Giants front office, the Falcons front office, the Browns front office, and that's why I think that Stefanski is so important there.
I don't think the Falcons are in Jets Giants territory just
I
yet,
don't know, bro.
but they're getting there. Nah, Giants
Giants are climbing up out of it. Jets are in the
Giants
pit.
are trying to
Jets are
climb
in
out
the
of it.
pit.
Jets are not climbing out.
Jets are in the pit.
Jets are not
They're
climbing
deep.
out.
Here's what I'll say: the last 10 years, bro, it's Mike Smith, Dan Quinn, Arthur Smith.
No consistency.
In order to get out of the pit,
consistency.
you need Tom Brady or you need a complete culture shift. And I think, like you said, you have a
Yeah.
defensive culture shift for sure.
Right, that happened.
That happened.
Dog.
But nobody's allowed to even bring a culture in, because before you can instill your culture, you're going to get fired.
Right, right. Before you even get a chance, because imagine if they cut bait. Imagine if Atlanta cuts bait with all these guys. All of a sudden, that culture of having dogs,
You have to
and
start
speed,
all over.
you're starting over. And now, what if they don't want these guys? Now, what if they're like, oh, we don't want a culture of speed and dog? It's like
that's why the product is getting worse.
If you
and worse
offer a
and worse.
coach, this is how the NFL should work, just like any other contract. Unless the coach breaches his contract,
yeah,
let him finish out his contract. If you don't want to let them
Yeah.
finish out their contract,
You have to pay it.
wait till the end of the season and then buy them out, just like how they. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it's essentially a buyout, because that was getting paid.
But make the buyout a stupid number.
Yeah.
Make it a stupid
Yeah.
number that it has to be so bad and they want to be
Egregious.
gone.
gotta be on the hook.
Yeah, it's got to be.
And it
egregious.
shouldn't count against the cap. It should
Yeah.
come out of the owner's pocket.
Yeah, it's directly. You should be able to pay it all out and just get it off the
Get out.
books.
Yep. Get
But
out.
but you should be able to do that with players too. You should be able to cash them out like the NBA does, right? Pay the cash. Now it's off the books,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And it doesn't affect the cap.
yeah, it doesn't.
That's what ruins everything.
Yeah, that's what ruins everything.
Because you have made
Can't
this.
sign
You had and
Yeah.
the point of that, and I think part of the reason why it works is because what you've been saying about Mike McDaniel down in Miami is
Yeah.
you got to let them play, because okay, cool. He started his first 6 games. He was 5-1. Now the last 4 games, he's 3 of last 5.
the
Next
last
5 games,
4.
like 3 of the last 4, and then he's actually he's on a little win streak right now.
Yeah.
It's like you never know how it can turn. Like teams are going to go through good streaks, teams are going to go through bad streaks, and it's like just because you go through one bad streak doesn't mean you have to fire the whole.
Let me say
thing and
this.
start over.
Here's
They should
what
be on the hook for it.
here's what people, fans, the commentators, the talking heads, coach, like I think the players and the coaches get this, but I think the media and fans don't get this. Only one team can hoist the Lombardi Trophy at the end of every season. It doesn't matter if you are the second best team, third best team, or the last best team, right? If you don't win that trophy, that's it. That's the thing that matters.
Go back
So-
to the drawing board.
So there's a comment that was made this week. Cam Newton, not just Cam Newton, a couple other people have said it too. They're saying, oh, well, the Patriots, they're not that good. They have an easy schedule. So what? They didn't fucking make the schedule. They
Right.
just line up and play the football,
Exactly.
right? So I hate that that's they're not a good team. They're a team that might make the playoffs and lose. Okay, so a lot of teams are going to make the playoffs and lose in the first round.
Yep.
A lot of teams are going to make the playoffs and lose by the second round and third. At the end of the day, only 2 teams are going to show up to San Francisco or wherever the Super Bowl's at this year.
Yep.
So why do people get so like, oh, this team's not good because of this circumstance, even though they're at the top of the league? It's like people go into this, oh, everybody has to be.
You said Cam Newton said that?
Yeah, Cam Newton made the specific fool's gold comment, which resulted in Drake May saying, I don't even know what show Cam Newton's on. But like, I feel like people who are on TV get paid to say certain things for ratings.
Yeah.
And then Stephen A. Smith this morning is like, "Oh, Drake May knows what show we're on. Everybody knows," first, like bragging about himself, like he's
Yeah.
the greatest thing in sports, whatever.
They created a
But it's-
monster.
Yeah, he created a monster. But it's like, bro, I believe Drake May doesn't watch ESPN.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
if you know about Drake May, he probably doesn't watch
Yeah, yeah.
ESPN.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just hated the way Stephen A. like it was like such an arrogant comment. Like, well, like, no, we don't know. Plus, you don't even know when I turn on ESPN and I watch ESPN. I don't know if I'm watching Pardon the Interruption. I don't know if I'm watching First Take.
That's
I don't
true.
know the names of the show. I just see who's on there talking.
And-
Stephen A.'s on every fucking show.
And,
He
and it's funny, the comments they make to like, the Patriots have an easy schedule and they're gonna lose the first. Okay, explain to me though. Don't just make these blanket statements
Yeah.
and these like, oh, you're watching the same
Clickbait.
screen as clickbait. You're watching the same TV screen as me.
Yeah.
You have almost the same information as me. You're not in the locker room interviewing players before
Right.
and after the game, so
Mhm.
you're really on the periphery. So it's like, wait, you're not gonna explain on the field why
Why they're not a
why
good
they're
team, right.
not a good team. You're
Just,
not
they have
going
these
in-
schedule.
You're just gonna say,
They're executing, so they can't say.
Right,
That's why they
exactly.
can't say what they're doing well.
Because they're winning and
can't
they're
go through the
executing.
film.
Yeah.
And every athlete knows that this type of stuff is contagious.
Yeah.
If you start winning and you look at your record,
You don't care
says
what
who
the other team's record is.
care.
You don't
Yeah.
care. You don't care if you're paying
Yeah.
0-9 team or a 10-0 team.
You-
You are gonna. If you get in your mind, you win. You just
You win.
Yes.
You win.
Like, think about every basketball player who's started getting on a heater. It's like,
Yeah.
they're not even thinking they're gonna miss. They're surprised when they
We
miss.
don't
Like,
care who lines up across from us. We're gonna just beat them.
we're going to win. We are
Yeah.
going to win. We're watching the Panthers do it right
The
now.
film
We're watching.
doesn't lie.
It doesn't
It's
lie.
not gonna lie. If you can't point to a bunch of tape
Right.
and explain to me, then you're just talking. You're
Right.
just talking.
They do everything they need to do in football games, and then
Right.
we talk about teams. We try to say teams are good that can't even do the simple things like convert on third down,
Exactly.
turnovers,
Right.
stops. But they
And
do
Score
all
in the
of
red
that.
zone.
Score in the red zone.
Penalties and crucial
The deep
times.
ball, not throw
Deep-
not
yeah.
turn the ball over, run the
Yeah.
football. You know what I'm saying? They do everything you're supposed to do in the game of football. Take NFL away, take all the names and titles away. The game of football is the game of football.
Exactly.
Yep.
So when you do the things you're supposed to do, there's a strategy and blueprint to winning. There might be 2 or 3, but there's basically a main strategy.
Exactly.
You got to score. The main strategy is to score more points than the other team,
Yeah.
right? And when you can do that, and you can stop the other team from scoring, you're a good football.
Can we say this, right? In a good football, like in a football team, you
Mhm.
have your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, your special teams coach, right?
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator takes care of the X's and O's on offense. Like in a perfect world,
Yeah.
defensive coordinator takes care of the X's and O's on defense.
Yes.
Special teams coach takes care of the X's and O's on special teams.
Yeah.
And the head coach makes sure that everything happens on time, no penalties, discipline, all that type of stuff, right? Can we say that? That's that's a winning formula,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Like head coach, hey, offense coordinator, scheme up offense that wins or that makes plays that scores
The head
touchdowns
coach
and wins.
micromanaging the whole thing.
Exactly. Like making sure that all that stuff is good. And if you do see a deficiency and you have to step in, go step in. We know this as business owners. We understand how that works. Oh, one of your guys calls out sick. Who has to come in? The head coach, right? The owner has to come, or we're the owner and the head coach. But we have to come in and we have to play that role for that day.
Right.
But for the most part, when your team is healthy, like right, you got your site managers, you got your barista manager, you got your whoever, and they're
Yeah.
taking care of that stuff. And you're just there to make sure that you don't hit those
No, no.
penalties.
How about this?
Don't hit those fines.
Even before those situations, as business owners, managers, all that,
Right.
in you're preparing for those moments.
Right,
So when
right.
it happens, you have a course.
Know what to do.
Now in the NFL, you know what it is? It's, oh my God, he went down. Who the heck are we gonna put in? Oh, throw that
Right.
kid in there. It's like, how are you not prepared?
Right. Or like Mal said earlier, you fire the coaches before they even get a chance to understand the mistake they even made.
Right.
Like,
That
so
wa-
now they can't learn from it. That's the whole thing, bro. They fire these guys way before they even get a chance to even understand the mistake and try
Before
to.
before they have finished the diagnostic.
Right,
They're
they
already
finished the
trying to remove
diagnostic.
parts.
Exactly.
And it's like they don't give enough. Like, and Mike McDaniel isn't even the greatest example of
Yeah.
like what happens when you just kind of let it play out. But I'm sure there's some examples where we don't know that coaches, owners might have let those guys play it out.
I can give
Yeah.
you a play out situation. The only thing I've ever heard player personnel them letting things play out is the NFL International Players Program, where they have a combine of all international players. So you have Nigerian dudes, Mexican
yeah.
dudes, and they make rosters. A lot of these guys are big enough and strong enough,
Yeah.
Yeah.
somewhat of a technique to make a roster. So they make a roster, but they're so they have so much development to do. These guys are on teams for like 2-3 years, just developing.
They don't even count against the
They
roster.
don't even count against the. Yeah, you're right. These international guys don't even count against the roster number.
Yeah.
So they're on for 3 years, and then they'll pop up on a Thursday night game, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this kid's been on the roster for 4 years.
What's the guy?
3 years.
He's on the Eagles. I think he's the right tackle now. Oh no, he's the left tackle. Mailata.
Mailata.
Did he come from that?
No. He was a college guy.
Okay.
But there's a
They
Mexican.
did have a guy though that used to be on.
maybe
came from that.
there's a Mexican offensive
And
lineman.
the Patriots had this German fullback Jacob Johnson.
He was German.
He's German, but he ended up being our starting fullback for like a
Wow.
couple years. And then he went. I think he was on the Raiders, and I don't know where he's at now.
It's like their developmental programs.
It's
Yeah.
the international developmental program. Like CMB said, they have a combine.
Mhm.
All the teams go. They pick the guys they want.
Yeah.
They go on your roster. You get 3 years to develop them. They don't count against your roster for
Yeah.
3 years. I think maybe you can get 1 or 2 of them, but they don't count against your roster for
Yeah.
that time period. And then you just have time to develop.
Yeah,
That's
you
us with
develop-
Lenny Krug. He's a German kicker.
Yeah.
He's a
Black
kicker.
German kicker too.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I guess what
Yeah,
they
he's
do,
probably-
right?
Which is kind of crazy. You would think like, hey, well, we have so many issues with kickers. Like, why are we not just put our developmental guy in? But you know what? Maybe
He
Still
might not be
developing.
ready yet.
Still
He may not be
developing.
ready yet. He may not be ready yet. He may not be
Still in
ready.
the oven.
Hey, I learned that kickers can get neck surgery just from standing around in practices. So that's
Yeah,
Graham
because your
Gano.
neck gets hurt.
Graham
Just
Gano
standing
was
around.
like, oh wow, what's that kick? And then boom, neck surgery.
Listen, a couple
Split
kickers,
disc.
couple kickers came up big, came up short this
Spoilers, bro.
Will Lutz hit a clutch kick
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah,
To-
good
to-
kicker.
Listen, the Broncos, scrappy ass team. I've said it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 10 times. Broncos mad scrappy. They beat the Chiefs. They put the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs are sitting there thinking again.
Yeah.
The season started out, they were like, man, we're a couple losses. Then they started making a run. Now they've 2 lost 2 in a row.
Mhm.
I saw Patrick Mahomes, and I think I said, I don't know if I said to you guys, but I know why they're losing. He cut his hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He cut his hair, and now they're losing.
That's that Samson story, bro. We talked
Yeah,
about
you
it.
can't mess around like that.
Can't mess around, bro. Do what keeps working for you, bro. And
Yeah.
clearly having that goofy
Nothing
ass
more,
hair.
nothing less.
Yeah. That goofy ass hair. But
Did
do you think they get him like a? Do you think they do like a Tom Brady thing? They get him like a Randy Moss in the offseason, something like that. Just 'cause
he
he's somewhat
has
crazy.
like mad receivers?
No, I think you're right. I think like
Who
they
would be that?
like
though?
that.
I mean, it doesn't have to
Mike
be a
Evans?
receiver.
No,
It doesn't have to be a
gotta have him.
receiver.
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, because they
Because he's definitely
They
want
gotta
out,
they
bro.
might have to blow that team up. JJ's not it.
Yeah, he's
If
not
it's
it.
not it. They're gonna blow that team up,
Yeah.
man. And it could be if it's Jefferson.
But they
Now
have.
you're
here's
talking
the thing about-
dynasty again.
But here's the thing about JJ McCarthy, right? You have to pretend like he's the guy for at least another year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
He's like, and maybe he could take a leap. It happens. Like,
Look,
does.
he got rid
look
of
at Bryce. Like, they waited around. Like, is Bryce starting to hit a corner? Like, where he can like put it all together?
Yeah.
But like, that's what 3-4 years
3
in.
years in, yeah.
And
So-
Justin's coming off a year like last year with a guy who
The
like
Vikings
knew
are
what he was
really,
doing.
they're a really good team that like you can't waste. Like, I always say like if your quarterback's your worst player, you're close to being a good team. Their quarterback's their worst player on the Vikings.
Yeah.
And I thought they were a good team, but if he can't put it together, look where they end
Yeah,
up.
I mean, but they can get rid of
Kirk
just
back to Minnesota.
nah.
Yeah, I think Shaq said that.
He's gonna
back.
stay. He's gonna
He's
stay. He's gonna stay. But they can get
Yeah,
and
now he's gonna.
now he's got
He
yeah.
has to, yeah.
But the Vikings are in an interesting situation, like you said, because Justin Jefferson, they could trade Justin Jefferson, get
Get
a
a
first round, get a lot
lot,
back,
yeah.
right? And they still have a good wide receiver because Jordan Addison is good. He's not
Yeah,
bad.
he's
Chris
good.
Olave.
Yeah,
Chris
great-
Olave.
yeah. And then Jalen Naylor's not bad
He
either.
elite.
Yeah.
I think, but I heard he might be about to get a new deal from New Orleans. That's
Really?
because they said they had some calls at the trade deadline, and he was like, "Well, if I stay, I want a new deal."
Well, there's some good receivers in the draft right now they could go get too.
Yeah, but I think there's some great receivers that need new homes.
Yeah, that's true.
100%.
Like, and Mahomes doesn't need a guy in the draft; he needs a.
No,
Uh,
oh no, I was talking about for Minnesota. I'm saying if they traded, if
Oh, they got Addison too. Addison will be good.
So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So if Justin Jefferson found his way into Kansas City,
I
it'd be
like that.
crazy.
I like that because you
Yeah.
gotta
And
look
Travis Kelce may not play much longer.
Yeah,
exactly. Like think about Brady when he was making the transition from
get that next
Falcon-
dynasty.
Yeah, from like Falcon them into the younger guys. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that, like Ridley and those younger guys,
Yeah.
Edelman and
Yeah.
Wes Welker.
Yeah.
Like that's what he's going through right now. I think.
Yeah,
You had to find younger versions of the guys.
yeah.
So it's like, where's the Kelsey replacement? Like
Yeah.
he needs a
Yeah.
guy. He
Yeah,
needs the
yeah,
guy.
And they don't. They
Should have
mi-
been had that.
they
I
might not have that
Ooh.
yet. And much like the Patriots, Randy got there. They went to the Super Bowl. They lost.
Yeah.
Right. They go the next year. They think he's there.
You know who I would go get if I was the Chiefs? Since you just said that, Travis, I would go get Trey McBride. I would throw the bankroll at the Cardinals. They're gonna have to rebuild. They're probably getting rid of Kyler.
Yeah.
They may have to rebuild. They can keep Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
Second round pick for McBride. Bro, he caught
solid.
He's catching 10 balls every
He's
week.
gonna catch 100 plus.
He's
He's
probably
big as hell.
He's probably one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think he might be coming for that top tight end spot if he don't got it already.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Brock Bowers still is there, but as a top
but
tight
that's
end.
what-
Yeah, but he's having a better season than Brock right now.
He is.
Dying dynasties do with elite quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what
They
you
just
do.
Constantly load up the.
Just get him a
the
toy.
In the NBA, that guy gets traded to a good team.
Yeah.
Right? But in the NFL, they'll let good players stay on bad
Die.
teams.
They'll let them die in the place.
But like just like you said, Jefferson. In the NBA, Jefferson gets traded.
Immediately.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like
get those picks.
Yeah.
and they get those picks and they get ready for next year.
Mhm.
Because here's the thing I would say about the NBA that's different from NFL. In the NBA, everybody thinks they're gonna win next year.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, we got it next year.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna do all this. We're gonna get rid of this guy. We'll get this
Look,
guy.
he's gonna get at the end of my bench. Next year, he's gonna be a
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. But sometimes it be happening though.
It does.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves, bro. He's a
Yeah.
guy went from a guy sitting on the bench. They put him in the game. Been balling ever since.
Yeah.
But the reason is they have to collect picks because it's not a guarantee that if you're the worst team, you're gonna get. So you have to collect as many lottery picks as possible.
And
Best.
with good picks and like
Clear the
one
books.
free agent, you can go
clear the
from like
books.
worst in your conference to like
Yeah.
middle of the table, just
Yeah.
in one draft and in one free agent.
It can happen.
A couple more. I got 2 more games I want to talk about before we move on to some other stuff. Eagles, Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles have been putting on some of the most lackluster offensive performances the last couple of weeks, which has been like the main. I mean, they're so bad they're bringing other teams' offenses down. Right? It's like they played Green Bay. Green Bay's offense struggled. Now they played the Lions. Lions' offense struggled. So we had 2 terrible offensive games when because obviously they have a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
But the Lions, I was not expecting them to have such a flat game. Kudos to the Eagles defense, but the Eagles defense is literally carrying their team right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are putting this week, they're back to what they were a year or 2 ago, which was dumping on Jalen
The
Hurts.
Eagles defense is elite just because every single week, different phases of the different levels of the defense
Step
are the
up.
stars of the step up.
Right.
So that's the great part about that.
And they have a
defense.
nasty D line.
nasty, but it's like the D line doesn't win the game every week.
No.
They won it. They won it this week.
They won it
though.
this week.
That dude slapped down 3 or 4 balls.
Dude, their linebackers, some weeks I'm like, oh, they're getting ran over this game, and then some
They
weeks
were
I'm
healthy
like,
though in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they
started to
weren't.
get healthy, and they got N'Kobe Dean back.
You're right, he's a dog.
Yeah,
But it's like that offense, man. It is so embarrassing to
They're
have
such good
have
players.
have the score, like you said, like great defensive battle.
Yeah,
But like it's weird because it's not like when you watch the Texans and it's like, okay, we know the Texans.
yeah, we know they're going to struggle.
But the other team's defense is gonna go at it with
Yeah.
this Texans
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah,
But that other team's defense is gonna have. It's gonna be fun to watch this Texans team struggle a little bit. But
Yeah.
let's see. With the Eagles, you know what you're gonna get from the
Yeah.
other side. You know it.
But like you said, someone on the defense steps up every single game, and it happened here with the D line stepped up again.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got, Jalen Carter, is that his name, right?
Yes.
That's
Tackle.
the
Oh,
D
one
tackle,
of the
right?
best in the league.
A dog, right? 5 tackles. You know what I'm saying? 2 pass deflections,
Yeah.
right?
Huge.
Because he's slapping them.
Mm-hmm.
Who had the most pass deflections that whole game, bro? Jordan Davis, bro, the other defensive
D tackle.
tackle, with 3 of them just squatting. So like, imagine that
5
between 2
players.
defensive tackles, just between the defensive tackles, and then the defensive backs, they had their normal
Yeah,
3s and with
yeah,
2 and
yeah.
3. So it's just like, okay, like, it's really difficult to get an offensive going when you can't even get the ball past the front line, the first line.
Yeah.
Do you
trying to pass?
Do we blame the struggles on Jalen Hurts? Because that's what people are back to.
You have
No.
to. You have to. You want to know why? He's not doing what you want him to do
Yeah.
because the offensive coordinator is watching him in practice and thinking, I can't get this
He can't
kid
do
to
that.
do what I want him to fucking
Yeah.
do. I
Yeah.
can only make him do what he
Yeah,
can
he can
do.
only do what he can do.
And that's why you
And
get what you get.
teams have figured out what he can do.
Exactly. And now everybody's looking at each other like, Jordan was touted in this guy as like the next athlete of our generation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's not really doing much. What are we gonna do? So
I mean, 8-2, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they
But like AJ Brown said, they're being carried by the defense, and there's going to come a time when that's not good enough anymore.
right.
And what is the offense going to do?
But then why can't they get Saquon going, bro? Like, I know they're gonna scheme
Teams
against
are
him.
scheming for them.
yeah, it's not just him. Like
I-
he needs everybody blocking for him.
I know, but it's just like I feel like if you're gonna be this guy, this Adrian Peterson's type running back, Like,
Yeah.
you don't let anyone
Shouldn't
stop
matter.
you.
Shouldn't
You
matter.
shouldn't let anyone stop you. And he had a pretty good game, like 85 yards. But it's like, yo, you should not be letting anything stop you. And I know
I don't
football.
think it's that simple because okay, that's like saying every team, everybody has to be carried by a running back. But it's like obviously that's not how the NFL works because they can put 8 in the box, and
Yeah.
it's hard for any. I don't care how good a running back you are. If there's 8 in the box, 9 in the box, it's tough.
Yeah.
But it's like, what can they do outside of that? Are they getting the play action? Is Jalen running? He hasn't been running the ball too great. Like remember, he was
He
putting up
hasn't.
great rushing numbers
He hasn't.
last couple of years. You're not seeing that. Yes, they're turning into a one-trick pony, and that one trick is being able to get a first down on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 because they're going to use every single person on the team to push forward. So it's like that. Yeah, you were able to win a Super Bowl behind that being 17% of your plays last year, but like you can't do that again, right? You can't load up and think Saquon's going to bust off 80-yard runs every play.
Yeah.
Like nor do you want him to do that.
So are they
Right.
just challenging Jalen Hurts then at this point? They're just saying, hey, Jalen, you have
because
to,
that's what
beat
your
me.
job is as a quarterback.
you have to. They're saying Jalen Hurts beat us, and then somehow they keep winning.
I saw him live in MetLife
They're winning
this
because of
year.
defense, though.
Yeah.
Miss like 2 or 3, and like on TV, those wide open throws down the field look bad. But in person, when you
person,
see
yeah.
those wide open, you're thinking in your head, you're like, dude, I could have hit that. Anybody in this room could have hit that.
Yeah.
The guy just like when it comes to the game time, 20 yards plus down the field, it
Yeah.
struggles.
Yeah.
And it's open. It's there. It's
Yeah.
not like it's not there and he has to fit it in.
Yeah.
It's wide the fuck open.
Yeah. I don't know. Saquon only in one 100-yard game this entire season.
And the next person,
Watch out.
I wanted to mention is a guy who probably should leave where he's at, probably won't. Is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is
think
having a
he should leave?
great. Yeah, I think he should leave. Imagine how you think he's elite in Dallas. Imagine how elite he would be
In Minnesota.
in Minnesota or someplace
Hey.
else. Like Dak.
Ooh.
Soda's
think
next quarterback.
we talk
Prescott?
we talk about
Break? Are we gonna break?
Ooh, are we calling it?
I like that. Justin may stay.
I like that
But
a lot.
listen, we talk about organizationally, and although Jerry has had a tremendous amount of success in his overall career, it is not reflected in the last 20 years. And when you see what's going on with Dak, and you think about the Cowboys, and we talk about people blowing stuff up, at what point do they blow it up? And at what point do you have to kind of cash in on him, you know? And now if you're Jerry, you want to keep him, make him a boy for life, let him be a boy for life. But if you want to try to if you're going to eventually get rid of him, which we know Jerry to do sometimes, why not do it now at the height of his career when he's
Held on to
playing?
Romo. He held on to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. But what did you say?
I
Like,
don't know if Romo was ever playing this good though.
yeah, no,
Never,
bro.
never.
He's having.
He had a pretty good season, I think, about
1 or 2,
07.
1 or
About
2
07,
really good seasons.
they
1 or
blew it in the playoffs, but I think that could be something that there's a lot of value for him right now. So and him and Pickens were lighting it up there. Did you hear the story about how Pickens and CeeDee Lamb were out partying all night?
Nah.
And
I love
CeeDee
that.
Lamb had got wasted. And they said a lot of fans said they saw him, CD, in the Hard Rock Casino 7 a.m. day of the game, throwing up.
Day of the game.
Yeah, he got benched the first drive.
CD
First
did?
quarter, yeah.
Day of the game, though.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think Pickens was trying to help. Pickens was probably trying to help him because Pickens didn't get benched.
yeah.
CD
Pickens
got
was
benched.
balling.
Yeah, day of the game. But it was a night game, and
But he's not a rookie, though.
No, he's not.
No,
He shouldn't
he's
be
a
doing
grown-ass
all
man.
that. That's a little.
it's
greedy.
hard. What do you expect when you're taking these teams to Vegas?
If Allen
What are they supposed to do?
If Allen Iverson's doing it, okay, because it's Allen Iverson, you know what he's going to give you on the field. But if CD wasn't dropping all these passes, I would be a little less mad at that. But like with all these drop balls,
passes, he do be dropping passes. bro.
like bad.
They're just like one of the best wide receiver duos in the league. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. I love wide receiver duo is one of my favorite things in the world.
I think CD might be out of business too.
I hope.
They're little three stooges.
'Cause they're gonna-
Pickens and CD. They're little three
Yeah.
stooges with
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
throwing up in a Hard Rock and it like how do you not have the wherewithal to like go with an entourage, be surrounded by people so people can't really see
Yeah.
you, like be prepared. No, he's gonna go and like be
Just
drunk.
Pickens and CD.
I mean, five catches for
And
60
Pickens was the responsible one. Who would have thought that?
5 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown is not a bad game.
But look at what's tell me George Pickens stat line.
Oh, George Pickens was balling though.
I think 9 catches. Is
Yeah,
like
George-
140
CD
yards.
could have been up there.
Yeah.
George was balling. George
He's-
been balling.
George Pickens is putting up CD Lamb numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And CD could be so much better too.
Yeah.
CD could be
Just
way.
doubles down
he's
on
elite.
football. Yeah.
But he would be even more elite if he.
But this is the reason, this is my argument to you to say that Dak won't leave is because he's got 2 dogs at receivers, right? He's got a pretty good running back.
Jerry
Love his tight
Pickens,
end.
yeah.
Love his tight end.
He's got a great he's got a good tight end,
Got a
Like
good tight end.
great offensive line, and he is Mr. Cowboy right now. You know what I'm saying?
He's Mr. Texas.
Like he's
When
Mr.
you're-
Texas.
When you're the
right now.
Cowboy quarterback for
Yeah.
half the years, you're the guy in Texas.
Yeah,
From
and
Texas.
didn't he
Where's
go to?
he from?
Didn't he go?
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
They went to Mississippi State.
I don't know where he's
Where's he
from
from?
I
originally.
thought he's from Oklahoma or some shit.
Maybe.
Might be.
Arkansas.
That makes sense.
Not Arkansas.
Not Arkansas, but Oklahoma.
But nobody's from Arkansas except Bill Clinton.
Jerry Jones is from Arkansas.
And Jerry Jones.
And
Bill
then
Clinton and Jerry Jones.
and if the
And Derek Fisher.
and
That's what a combo.
Derek Fisher is from
He's
Arkansas.
from Little Rock, Arkansas.
3 untrustworthy dudes.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah.
I went-
Untrustworthy.
I'm not leaving my girl around either of them dudes.
Going to
None of them dudes.
Arkansas. How about that?
Hell no.
Oh, Bill Clinton got them.
Bill Clinton, Derek Fisher,
Derek Fisher, bro.
Yeah, bro. What's
Derek
going on?
Fisher was about to get fucking mopped by
Yeah.
fucking Matt Barnes.
Then you talk about Jerry. They're like, Jerry, how'd you make so much money? He's like, well,
Well,
the banks just kept giving me money.
he kept giving me money. I kept gambling. I kept winning.
I had to hit oil at some
At some
point.
point.
I just kept digging and digging and digging. I just got lucky.
I just got good at digging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so good at digging.
I was just good at digging.
That's what happens
The
out
last day I said I'm gonna stop digging, and I found me some oil that day.
there. Bought me the Cowboys. Bought the whole family.
Hey,
in.
you want to take us into a little 7-on-7?
I definitely will. Dak's in a good spot. I don't want him leaving the Cowboys. They're about to make a run. You know what I'm saying? They could still go to the playoffs. He's got a good team. The Cowboys are on a good trajectory. You said, what'd you say? You didn't like Schottenheimer over there? You were like,
I
was that
don't
you
like
saying
him as a coach. I don't
Yeah.
think he's a good coach, bro.
that?
Not a good coach.
Too soon.
He's got great offense
soon.
right now.
Nah,
though.
he's not. He's not good, bro. He's
All
not a
right.
good coach.
All right.
I don't care what anybody says. He's not a good coach.
I-
Look, they're 4-5-1, bro. He's not a good coach.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott playing the best football of his life, yes, but they're not winning.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe they'll make it to the playoffs. If they make it to the playoffs, I'll really enjoy that.
7 on
for
7.
them.
7
All
on
right,
7.
here we go. 7-on-7. You know what we got going on, guys. We got the 7-on-7.
If you mention
Okay.
the Atlanta Falcons, I'm turning this podcast off right now, and we're leaving.
They're not on here.
All right, but I just wanted to make sure. now.
You mean you don't want me to talk about the
Nah,
Atlanta
they're
Falcons
not in
against-
the top 7.
against
You're
the-
not in your top 7 picks.
Yeah, I wanna hear who this top 7 is.
Yeah,
Who's number 7? Start at 7. Then
Yeah.
let's build up to 1.
yeah, back.
All right. We'll build up to 1. Who's number 7? Okay, so let's look at this. The number 7 game of the 7-on-7 is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Chicago Bears. The first place Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
Aaron
Bears.
Rodgers broke his left wrist, I think.
Yeah, he broke it, right? Or
They don't know what's going on yet. He says he's not sure if he'll play or not, but he's
but that's his non-throwing arm, so he could play, but it could
Correct.
hurt.
Correct.
You know. But they also said Mason Rudolph did come in and play pretty
I
well.
love me some Mason
Yeah.
Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph did come in and play pretty well.
Remember when he got cracked in the head
Yeah,
with the
bro.
helmet? That's
Yep.
when I was like, nah, I love this guy.
He kept playing. The first place Chicago Bears, the Bears, and their performative male quarterback is out here winning football games, bro. They're the top of their division right now.
Formative in both ways.
Yeah, yo, I'm just saying,
He doesn't really perform on the field, but they've been winning.
but they're winning.
But in
Ben
catwalks.
he catwalks like the best of them, boy. And they're out there winning games, and there's 2 first place teams in 2 totally different spots. The Steelers are 6-4. The Bears are in first place at 7-3. They're very similar teams. They're finding ways to win regardless of anything. Yeah, I like these teams. That's the 7th game. You should watch them. They're both trying to stay at the top of their division. They're trying to win. We got the Aaron Rodgers story here. We got the performative male quarterback here.
Mhm.
He's finding ways to win with Ben Johnson. But what I will say is, so in this game, they got the Steelers going to go see the Bears. I've got the performative male quarterback beating the old man Rodgers if he
Wow.
plays. I got the Bears over the Steelers. They're
Where's
trying
that
to
game at?
It's in Soldier Field.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cold up there, y'all. I'm gonna be up there next week. It is
Oh,
cold up there right now. It's like it is 0 degrees up there.
Family's telling you.
Yeah, that's what they're telling me. I mean, I know the Steelers are a cold weather team too. I think this is actually going to be a nice line them up, knock them down type game where they're just going to be battling. Got the Bears over the Steelers, and this week 7-on-7 for the game 7. What is the number 6 game? The number 6 game on the 7-on-7 is the Minnesota Vikings. We were just talking about them against the Green Bay Packers. Another in-division game. Whenever the NFC North goes against each other, I always like to bring it up. I've been talking a lot about them because they always have great battles. We know that JJ McCarthy isn't who he's supposed to be, but they still got Justin Jefferson. They still got Jordan Addison. They still got what's the running back? Freaking Jordan Mason and
Aaron Jones.
And they got Aaron Jones. They got a pretty good defense still. They got Brian Flores out there calling the plays against the Green Bay Packers, who for some reason their offense, like, it's just,
up and down.
it's just up and down. And I think you said it best. Jordan Love, as much as we want him to, as much as everyone wanted him to be good, he's just mid.
He's a really good mediocre.
He's just a
quarterback.
really good
Really good
mediocre
mediocre
quarterback.
quarterback. Yep.
And he's got some really good mediocre wide receivers to go along with him. And
Mm.
the only person that's good on that team is their running back, who just got hurt, and he might not be able to play. So what are we thinking in there? Against the Vikings, a team that's trying to figure out their way, they're not necessarily dead in the water, because I think they still got 4 wins on the season. They can probably try to make a run to the top there, depending on what happens. But even in that game, I still have the Pack winning to make that separation even greater in the NFC North, because I think it's really going to be between the Bears and the Lions. But the Packers, if they really want to, kind of be that that middle child, they can try to be the middle child there. And we got the Packers over the Vikings for Game 6 of 7-on-7. For Game 5 of the 7-on-7. Berg, why would you choose 2 losing teams to beat Game 5 on the 7-on-7? Because of Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is playing, everybody. We've been talking about them. The hype train is here. The hype train has arrived.
Does he get the dub?
Does he get the dub, y'all? Does he get the dub? The Browns versus the Raiders. The Browns versus the Shedeur versus the Raiders. You know what? Shedeur on his first start, we're giving him the dub.
I think
We're giving him the
I think
dub.
he's gonna get it.
I like it.
Giving
I
him a
like
dub.
it.
And you know what? I'm not even going to predict a crazy game. I'm not going
His
to
Super
say.
Bowl
I'm-
already.
I'm-
First
yeah.
game of his career is his Super Bowl already.
Listen,
Super Bowl.
he does not have a lot to work with, but I'm looking for a good game from Quinshon. I'm looking for Jerry Jeudy not to drop a ball, even though he drops one every single freaking game. Okay, I'm looking for Fannin to have a couple big plays. I'm looking for Njoku to get involved. All right, I'm looking for that defensive step up, because I know that Myles Garrett likes this kid. And I know that Myles Garrett is going to out here get at least 3 sacks for Shedeur. I know he's going to do it. It's all for Shedeur. It's all for Shedeur. The whole team is for Shedeur. I don't even want to talk about the Raiders, because the Raiders, who even cares about the Raiders? Who do they even have on the team, bro? Tell me. Name me.
Ashton Genty.
Oh, that's true. That's true. They got Mike Myers.
Brock Bowers.
They got Mike Myers, and they got Brock Bowers.
They actually have
All
they
Brock
actually
Bowers.
have a kid named Mike.
You have Mike
Myers.
Myers on the team. The Raiders, that team is dead in the water. They're just a fish floating at the top.
They never even got in the water. They never even got in the
They
water.
have not figured it out over there this year. Ever since, we can talk about the Raiders another time, but we got Shedeur.
Carroll over there stealing money. Pete Carroll and Gino. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Mark Davis called me, buddy. You want to come play quarterback for me? Hey, buddy.
Mark
I got
Davis.
$40 million for you, buddy.
Hey, want to skip practice at the casino?
Yeah.
Mark Davis looks like what it looks like when you unwrap a mummy. And it's like,
Mark Davis looks like, remember when maybe it was like kindergarten and like you had a white friend and his mom like will put the bowl on their head and like cut their hair.
yeah.
That nigga still gets that haircut to this day. Like you ever see Addams Family 2?
Yeah.
Addams Family Baby Values and Uncle Fester, he got married to the girl and the girl made him put a wig on. That's the wig
That's
that
him.
he got on.
Ain't no Uncle Fester looking at us is going to be winning nothing against
I'm gonna
Shedeur
get
Sanders.
that picture of Uncle Fester with wig
Yo.
right here.
Not against Shedeur, bro. We're talking about my boy. Perfect timing. Can someone play the song? Can we put the song in? Perfect.
Perfect timing.
Come on now.
New watch, but on my AP. Perfect timing.
I love how the defense was doing that, trying to celebrate, and I was like, "You guys don't realize, like, you're just hyping him up
Just
even
hyping him
more,
More, bro. I
Like,
love it. I love it, man. So that's Shedeur. That's game 5. And we'll run through the rest of these. Okay. Game 4, we got the Colts versus the Chiefs. It's a really, really big game for the Chiefs. The Colts are going to the Chiefs. The Colts have been showing themselves a little weak recently. I know they've been winning, but they've been showing some
Daniel Jones
signs of
hurt.
weakness. Daniel Jones has been getting hurt.
Missed practice.
Missed a little bit of practice. I think he's going to play, but he's a little banged up. And the Chiefs are desperate, and it's very difficult for me to root to.
Where's this game at?
It's in Kansas City.
Oh yeah, Indy. Show me who you are.
Yeah, it's in Kansas City.
Show me who you are, Indy.
That's a tough place to play.
Go beat the even though they're 5-5, they're still the juggernaut.
Yeah,
they're still the measuring
Patrick
stick.
Mahomes. But I don't think it's gonna be very difficult for a Colts team to go in against a desperate Chiefs. They're on 2-game losing streak. I don't think they're gonna go for 3 games. So I got the Chiefs over the Colts for the 4th game of the 7-on-7. For the third game of the 7-on-7, I got Bills and Texans. Why the Bills and Texans? Well, the Bills are out here.
How you 7-on-7 in the game that's on right now, and the
Is it
Bills
on right now?
is on right now.
I don't even know what the score is. What's the score? I thought the Jets were playing tonight.
Texans are beating the fucking Bills 20-16 right now.
Well, listen, this is a very important game. Well,
Who'd you have on your 7-on-7?
I had the Bills.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, I had the Bills. But it's a very important game. This
20-16 Texans.
Texans, yeah.
Yeah, I have the Buffalo Bills on this one. Listen, the Bills have been trying to find their way out of being a great team.
I think
I don't know why.
Win this.
Yeah, I mean, this is classic.
Yeah,
This is classic Josh Allen right here.
Their receivers are ass, bro.
But yeah, I just don't see. They're just trying to play their way out of being a good team, and they're trying to follow this formula that Cam Newton used to have, where it's like, oh, we just take all of his weapons away. Well, like I'm sure he'll do just fine. And it's like, all right, that didn't work for Cam, and it's not gonna work for Josh Allen. He's someone who needs himself a Justin Jefferson type as well. He likes to toss the ball.
Bro.
He needs somebody big time. Please get this man a receiver. And then the Texans. The reason why Texans are playing so hard is because they actually have a shot to. I mean, well, we all know that
5-5.
Yeah, they're 5-5. They have a shot.
Really good defense.
Really good defense. They have a shot. Their offense doesn't really know what's going
I
on.
don't like Mills, dude.
Yeah, Davis Mills.
But what do they got? They got no choice. Freaking Stroud's out.
Stroud's out.
I just don't.
But that's a division that's tough. They got a top dog, but they got some guys who are out there trying to get that wild card. So the Texans are going to try to play hard against the Bills, as they are playing hard against the Bills right now. But even in this game, as it's going right now, I've been watching it, so I don't know how it's going. But I got the Bills over the Texans. And we'll find out what that is in a couple hours, or in about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
The next game on the 7-on-7 is Eagles Cowboys. We already know what it is, bro. NFC East, it's always a fight. It is always a fight. But the thing is, we just talked about it. It was literally our last conversation. The Cowboys are trying to. They can win the division. You know what I'm saying? They can win the division. The Eagles are showing signs of weakness. They keep winning, yes, but this is an opportunity now. If the Cowboys win, it can put them in a position to find their way to get to the top of that division, because we don't think Washington's going anywhere. The Giants aren't going anywhere. So it's really just between those two guys. So
Washington's ass.
Right. So if the Cowboys really want to show that their trio of three stooges of Dak, CD, and Pickens, are more than just getting drunk in Las Vegas and trying to win some football games, I think this is the perfect time for them to do so against an Eagles team that seems to be having some issues on the inside, even though they keep winning. But I think that's a team that could do it. They got a lot of firepower. I got the Cowboys over the Philadelphia Eagles because they're also playing at home. I like that too, out there in Jerry World. And then the last game, I couldn't have a 7-on-7 without going to the NFC West, bro. Well, you know how much we love that division out here. We love the Seahawks. We love watching the Seahawks out here. We love watching the LA Rams. And that's exactly who the last game is on the 7-on-7. We got the LA Rams, or we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to LA to play Matt Stafford, Tay Adams, Puka Nacua, okay, Kyron Williams, okay, and that's a team right there. Let's not even talk about the defense. You know what I'm saying? We can't even talk, like, that team is complete. Going against a Bucs team that's got firepower too. Going against a Bucs team that seems to just keep winning as well.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. I think the Bucs, though, are starting to, they're starting to get back a little bit of strength going out there to LA. But Los Angeles, they have to keep winning. They literally have to keep winning because of their division. Because if just one loss, they can go from 1 to 3. LA.
Yes.
If one loss, they can go from the first place to the third place, because the 49ers are right there. Seattle's right there. You know what I'm saying? And then every time they have to play Arizona, it's going to be a hard-fought game. So if LA wants to stay at the top of the division, if LA wants to make a chance to go into the playoffs, I mean, outside of being a wild card, this is what they got to do. They got to beat a team like the Bucs, and they're coming to LA to play, get it done. I got MVP Stafford going against Baker Mayfield there, and I got LA taking the win there. That's your 7-on-7. Read them and weep.
Well, let's see how it works out this
Locked
week.
it in.
Shedeur week.
Bust out my AP. Perfect timing. Let's jump right into
my jury.
We're gonna jump right into some overhype, underhype. We're gonna play it just like we did last week with the trios. Let's jump into some veteran quarterbacks. I have on my list Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Tua Tagovailoa. Overhype, underhype, hype is real. Those three. Dak, Goff, Tua.
So
Dak, Goff,
overhype
Tua.
is easy. That's Tua, bro.
Tua.
All day.
Easily.
Tua. And then between Goff and
Dak.
that's to me it's simple because Goff has gotten his team.
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
I always think he's underhyped. Just
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
never
I
given
would
that
agree.
respect,
I would
Same.
agree.
and
'Cause
Dak is real.
Because they never say, and well, maybe in Detroit they say it, but the national media never says, "Hey, the reason why Detroit wins is because of Jared Goff."
No, they ever since
when
he
he-
left the Rams.
When he is the reason why they're winning.
When the Rams were losing, he's the reason they lose.
Yeah.
So ever since he's been on the Lions, he's been having a career
Yeah.
with the Lions, and no one ever gives him any
I
credit.
always want to say,
Your team is like, this guy's our leader.
Yep.
This guy's
He's
the
been.
leader
I've
of the
seen him
team.
like maybe not so much this year, but over the last couple, I've seen him throw bombs.
yep.
Bombs.
Cannon. He has a cannon.
Bombs.
And he gets hype. We all saw that with that quarterback show, bro. This guy gets hype. I didn't know he was so like,
Yeah.
let's go. I know he was like that.
Yo,
That dog.
that's
Yeah.
the one overall pick, bro.
Yeah.
You
I
don't.
mean, he might not know where the sun sets and the rises, but
He's like Stafford, where he's been getting for years.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he gets hit
but
hard.
he shows back
and
up.
he just jumps right back.
Shows back up, bro.
Like he's not like Burrow. Burrow's like
No.
in glass.
Yep.
This dude,
Yeah,
he's
bro,
nailed.
always hurt. Burrow might come
Just
back and play
nailed.
this week against the Patriots. So
that would be very
I'm not open for that. See, I agree with that. Tua overhyped. Goff hype is real. Dak underhyped. Or no, it was
No,
Goff
Zach,
underhyped.
Yeah.
Dak hype is real.
Yeah.
I'm
Dak
100%
is real.
on that. Let's switch up to a little bit of running backs. I got Breece Hall, Achane, Kyron Williams. Overhyped, underhyped, hype is real.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah, Breece,
Achane, Breece,
Achane, and Kyron Williams.
I got y'all.
What you got?
Kyron Williams is one of the most underrated, underhyped running backs in the league, bro. For the past 3 years,
He
this
doesn't
guy's-
look it. He doesn't
Nah.
look the part.
he
That
doesn't.
offense he just fits perfectly into the offense.
He runs for 1,000 yards
Yeah.
every
Catches the
season for the
football.
past 3.
Yeah, it catches the ball, runs. Yeah,
He's a
doing
gadget
everything.
guy.
He's
a gadget
he's
guy.
exactly what you want, and
And with Matt Stafford, like
Yep.
where he know he's gonna be wheeling and dealing
You know
across
what?
the field.
Kyron's a fumble guy though.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a fumble guy, right? Let me pull up the stats.
yeah,
while
pull up
we
the
debate it.
fumble stats because, and then I'm gonna go that for the hype is real. I'm gonna go with Breece Hall because actually,
Can I jump in?
yeah, jump in.
I'm going Kyron Williams underhype.
Uh-huh.
Achane hype is real.
Okay.
Breece Hall is fucking
Overhyped.
Yeah,
Yeah, they think he's
The-
nice.
The Jets, no, not
Breece
because of
is
him.
my- Breece is
but
my
because
overhype. Breece
the
is my
Jets suck and they don't use them right.
Yeah.
Like how they've been using him the 2 years previously to when Aaron Glenn and this new crew showed up.
Yeah,
They were using him right. This season, it's the same. Breece Hall is the same exact thing as what I always say about Bijan. I kid, but I kid you not. It's like, yo, if this player is not getting 30 touches a game, doesn't end the season on the IR because he's been overused,
yeah.
you're not using him
Doing it
right.
You're doing it wrong.
That's a guy who needs to have the ball every friggin' play.
Yep. Because at any point he can break it. He's big. He's strong.
Yeah.
He's fast.
And they love blaming the quarterback play with the Jets. It's like, yo, you knew you had Justin Fields.
Right.
You knew that's what you had.
Right.
So I'm gonna say, yeah, Breece Hall overhyped. Achane, the hype is real with him.
Yeah.
He's single handedly keeping
he's
the
a
Dolphins
dog.
alive. And Kyron Williams, like we said,
I just
he-
don't know,
underhyped.
Kyron.
He
Here's
kinda-
here's the fumble. Oh,
Yeah. Achane kind of
He's
reminds.
got little hands, Kyron.
Does he?
I think
he's a little dude.
he looks
Yeah.
like he would have little hands.
Short arms,
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
arms, short.
Yeah.
He got fumbles. What he got? 4.
So 2022, 10 games, 0 fumbles. Then 12
Bless you.
games, 3 fumbles.
Yeah.
Then 16 games, 5 fumbles.
That's a
Last
lot.
year, right?
A lot.
Last year, and then this year, 9 games, 2 fumbles.
That's a
Oh
lot.
yeah, you're
That is
right.
a lot. He does.
He
He
has a
has
little bit of a fumbling problem.
Yippee kind of thing.
He
though.
does got the yips a little bit. He gonna turn that ball over. But
But he's a dog.
people don't
But
talk.
as I always say about like turnovers and fumbles and stuff, it's like, yeah, you might say a guy had having 2 fumbles in a season is to me on 300 carries. Is
Yeah.
not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
I'm
And that's the guy who gets carries.
With
Like,
Skattebo out, I'm taking him on the Giants all day.
yeah, for sure. For
All
sure.
day.
Achane, when I see him run though, when he hits the edge, kind of gives me that little Reggie Bush,
When-
like when he hits the sideline.
Track guy.
He
Yeah.
looks like a track guy when
Yeah.
he gears up.
When he finally gets there,
takes him 3 steps to get to full speed.
yeah,
Track guy, bro.
3
He's
steps.
it's nuts.
amazing. Let's jump into some wide receivers. Nico Collins, Nico Collins, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Stephon Diggs. Overhyped, underhyped.
Right now?
It's real.
Right
Yeah,
now?
right now.
Overhyped Nico. I'm sorry. I was gonna give it to Diggs, but Diggs is a difference maker. So you got to give him. It's real.
All
right now.
3 of them are having pretty good seasons.
Yeah, but between Nico or Diggs, who'd you rather take?
I'm taking Diggs.
Exactly.
Diggs has
You
been a
gotta
league for a
say-
longer time.
Gotta say overhyped.
I don't think Nico Collins has even gotten to where we're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's elite. Like Stephon, there was a time we were saying Stephon Diggs is top 3.
Yeah, the best in the league.
Amon-Ra, It's tough, actually. It's tough.
Underhyped.
Yeah, he's
Amon-Ra.
underhyped, and he's underutilized. To be honest with you, I don't think that they use him a lot.
I'm telling you,
And I think
he
he's
can
still
run the
underutilized.
football.
He
They
can
need
run the
to put him in the
football.
backfield.
Remember his rookie year?
Handoff. Yeah,
Yeah.
take
was
more
Debo.
handoffs.
He was Debo.
Yeah.
Take more handoffs. That
He's
can
like
do
tough as
everything.
nails, bro. His whole family
Tough as nails.
tough as nails, bro.
Speaks German.
Yeah. Amon-Ra's never been my style of wide receiver, but I gotta respect his game, yo. Cause like I gotta respect his game.
He's like Doug Baldwin, except a bowling ball.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a durable bowling
So
ball.
I would say Nico overhyped. Amon-Ra hype is Amon-Ra hype is real,
Yeah.
and then Stephon Diggs
Diggs
underhyped
underhyped at this moment in
at
time.
this moment in time.
Because I don't think the numbers for Stephon Diggs actually
I
show.
think you're a Stephon Diggs hater.
I like Stephon Diggs.
I just think you're a Stephon.
He's
Diggs
a difference maker.
Oh, hold on. Not want this out there.
I
I
got,
don't want this out there. I don't want this out
I
there
got
because
video proof of you weeks ago saying he wasn't tough.
I was saying no one was checking for him.
Hey, you did.
Yeah, no one.
Yeah,
Cause,
yeah, yeah.
No, then you know what you
because
said.
no one was because no one is checking for him.
Yeah, I
Because
know
no one
you
is
know what
checking
you
for
said.
him.
On third down, they're checking for him.
But yeah.
They checking for him now.
But what I will say is he is 1,000% a difference maker when he's on the field.
Yes,
Like
especially
that's
for the
what it is.
Patriots. For the Patriots, he brings.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, and the numbers might not always show it, but when he's on that field, you know
he's probably gonna end up with about 1,100 this year.
Yeah.
He'll get
I
1,000.
like
Yeah,
that. I
which
like
is
that.
good. Yeah, I don't think he has had 1,000 since he left.
Is that
Buffalo,
comeback
the
player of the
Bills.
year status or no?
Yeah, because he was
Yeah,
injured
for
last
sure,
year.
for
Technically,
sure, for
yeah,
sure.
Very nice.
definitely.
Especially with that pink substance.
Yeah, but yeah. Listen, that could
Comeback
be,
player.
that could be the thing that's
With
making
the
him play
hugs
so well.
on the beach, on the boat with the
You know what I'm
hugs.
saying? He's out here with the with the
What the hoods? How about some young rookie running backs? Ollie Gordon, Quinshon Judkins, R.J. Harvey. Overhyped, underhyped, hype is real. This one's tough because it's probably it's too early to judge, but that's what I got. That's what we got. Running backs.
I really like Quinshon. I think that he is the real deal.
It's real.
I think he's the real
Yeah,
deal. Although watching him these last 3 games as opposed to those first 3 games is giving me this like feeling that I have with Saquon, which is like, okay, like, are you like a guy who's going to go for 150 and then go for 20 the next game? Or are you a guy who can consistently keep it up? So I'm going to go with him being a little overhyped as much as I like him. Because I wonder, and we'll see this weekend, because if he can ball out this weekend, then I'll eat these words. But I feel like he's an overhyped running back because right now, even though he's only played 6 games, 7 games, because of just what's happening with this like weird 100 yards, and now he's like only going for like 60, 50 yards. It's like very interesting. I don't really understand it. Who's the other guy? Ollie Gordon and
R.J. Harvey.
Harvey.
I think Harvey the hype is real. Harvey is one of those guys, bro. Like he can catch the ball, he can run the ball. I kind of like his style, yo. I don't know about y'all, but I like the way he plays. And then Ollie Gordon underhyped because
He's very underhyped.
Yeah,
He
doesn't
balled
get-
this past week.
he doesn't get the ball a lot, but when he does, he takes
He's
advantage.
he's playing with Achane.
Yeah, but when he does, he takes advantage.
Runs hard.
He's like Algier, where it's like if he goes on another team,
He's like Algier, yeah, for sure.
He's
the guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually say Judkins overhyped.
Mm-hmm.
RJ hype is real, and Ollie Gordon underhyped.
Yeah.
for sure. Let's switch it up to a little.
Ollie Gordon,
Go ahead.
Algier on like a Cowboys. I know they got the kid Williams or whatever, but like on a team like that, it's like that can be different makers. On a Chiefs, like those are guys that can be difference makers for a good team,
Yeah.
or just sitting, on the bench somewhere.
I'll switch up to a little bit of entertainment. Actors who've been showing up everywhere the last couple of years. Pedro Pascal, Lakeith Stanfield, Jeremy Allen White.
Pascal
Overhyped.
overrated.
Yeah.
Pascal
all overrated, bro.
Pascal overhyped.
That's not,
Let's
that's
just
not the
start with
name of the
that.
game. The game is not.
Yeah.
They're all overrated. The
Let's-
game is.
let's start with
overhyped.
that.
Hype is real.
We all agree. Pascal overrated.
Overrated.
So who's the second one?
Lakeith
Lakeith.
Stanfield.
I like him, bro. I think
Hype
he's
is
pretty
real, I
good.
guess.
But like my thing is, I feel like he's limited.
Limited,
No,
bro.
he
He
can
plays
do a lot. He does so much.
He was in the Cowboy movie, right?
Yeah.
He's in everything.
He's been a gangster. He's been a nerd.
He wasn't a good cowboy. I'm gonna be a bad guy, and I'm gonna be a little nerdy bad guy, but a cowboy.
I don't think he
nerdy
did
bad
that.
guy.
I don't think he did that.
Well, interesting.
What are you talking about? Harder They Fall?
Yeah, Harder They Fall. Interesting, Idris. Your wife is crazy bitch, but I'm a crazy guy too. Watch me. Like, okay, come on.
Why are you talking in the old timey voice?
Because that's what he did for us, and it
Nah,
wasn't good.
He overacts a lot.
Hey,
He overacts a lot. He overacts.
No, I don't think he was. He wasn't doing what you were saying. He did. Oh, he was overacting, but he was overacting like dramatic,
Yeah.
like you don't want to talk to me because I'll shoot you dead, boy. Like shit like that.
But a
Like,
nerd. He's a nerd.
Right,
He
movies-
always feels
in real life, he is a nerd.
Movies he did well in though, freaking Uncut Gems. I thought that role was great.
fire.
Right? Like he did a great
He
job
had
as
such
that
an
guy.
intricate, even though it was a very small role. His role in Get Out was
Get Out was
Yeah,
good.
that was good.
Yeah.
But I also really liked him. And what's the one where he has to make the
Sorry
phone
for
call?
bothering
for
me.
bothering you. He killed that
That
role.
movie's
bro.
great.
Yeah. Atlanta. He killed that role in Atlanta.
Did we say Uncut Gems?
Yeah. Uncut Gems. Sorry to bother you. Atlanta. He did a great
Atlanta.
job. And then what was that other one? That I thought he did a really
Glass
good job.
Onion.
It's
Not
hard-
Glass
it's hard to
Onion,
bother you, the one in the
Knives
garage.
Out.
Where he lives in the garage.
Which one?
Where he lives in the garage.
Sorry to bother you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
yeah,
it's great.
yeah.
Knives Out.
Knives Out, and then to round it off with 5 is that freaking movie, The Black Messiah. What's that movie
Black Messiah.
with?
The Black Messiah.
Is that what it's called? Something in the Black Messiah.
When he's
plays
Fred Hampton and
the killer.
Yeah.
I thought he did a good job in that too.
I thought you were talking about the one where he plays Jesus.
No, I thought he overacted in that one.
Yeah, I think that
I
one.
thought he was
I
overacting
didn't watch
in
that whole one, but
I thought he's, but you know what? Now I guess if we kind of look at the analytics here, I think anytime he has to play one of these like time pieces like that, he's kind of trash. But every time he has to play like a real like a person in nowadays,
You do that.
he
can do
kills
it.
it.
You play contemporary people.
Contemporary. That's a
All
great
right, so
vocabulary.
again, overhype, underhype, hype is real.
Who's the third? Who's the third?
Jeremy Allen White.
He's underhyped.
Yeah, we gotta say that.
That's Chef, bro.
But like, bro, I'm sorry. He tries so hard.
Yeah, I would say
He-
he's
so
hype
hard.
is real then.
I feel like he's the type of guy that he'll be like hanging out on the set, like while they're in between filming, smoking cigarettes.
Why are you
up
saying
against-
that like he didn't actually do that to you?
And then when he walks away and leaves, he starts going, throws a cigarette. I hate that shit. Smells like shit. Sprays himself down on mouthwash. Like
just smoking to be cool.
Yeah, it's smoking to be good. Like it seems like he's trying to look like a bugged out white boy.
I mean,
you
he's
know?
also-
I think
like,
he is trying to.
bugged out white boy. Always. Like always. Maybe that's him though. Who
But
knows?
that's all the roles he always plays though.
Yeah.
He always plays the same dude.
Yeah.
Bugged
Just
out.
different.
I mean, we know Shameless was his best.
Shameless and the
like-
Bear. I feel like the Bear's just lit, became a chef.
Yeah.
The bear, the bear was dope though because he really
I
does.
watched the Bruce Springsteen movie. It's not Bruce Springsteen. It's Lip being Bruce Springsteen.
It's
Lip
lit.
Gallagher, bro.
I did like
Sometimes you could play a role and like
and
that's it. You're
That's
cooked.
it.
Yeah.
You're
You
done.
did that role so well.
Yeah.
And you played that role for so long. I watched you grow up in that role.
Yeah.
Now you're only Lip.
You're-
That's why the
forever.
bear though was so good because it kind of went hand in hand with the Shameless thing because he
Yeah.
still was this Shameless type of guy.
Yeah.
And the second he did the what was it,
Don't even-
biopic
don't
or
even
whatever?
say that.
If you're gonna
Like-
go up in front of us, you got to do Shia LaBeouf. You got to go all in on every
Yeah, he
role
go
and make
crazy.
us look different. Make
Yeah,
yourself.
if he did some weird like Honey Boy type movie, I'd be like, yeah, like now
That
he's
seems
like,
more up
bro,
his alley,
Hollywood.
yeah.
though.
Crazy.
but I know Honey Boy was nuts.
Yeah.
But instead he
directed that
decided
too,
to
right?
do the biopic.
everything.
He
did, like,
directed that. Yeah, he
everything.
did everything.
wrote
That was
it.
his girl, right?
Yeah.
That's his girl in the movie.
That
His
is,
wife.
yeah, I
His
think
wife.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, he did great. That
Shia.
was great.
That's a legend.
Yeah,
that's
nah, he's
a
different.
Hollywood
He's
legend.
different.
bro.
He's different.
Who else is going to rent out the Angelica so that no one else could watch movies, and he just invites one person at a time to watch the movie with him?
He's a nut.
No one else is doing that.
He's a nut. He's a nut. All right, let's switch to some music. I got 3. These are people who I think people are kind of chatting about last couple of days. I heard
Mm-hmm.
you got Post Malone,
Mhm.
Doja Cat, Tyler the Creator, Overhyped, Underhyped, hype is real. Post, Doja, Tyler.
I'm going to do it like this, and this might not be everyone's cup of tea here. Post Malone, hype is real.
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator, overhyped. Doja Cat, I think, is underhyped. That's me.
Ooh.
That's me. But here's the reason why I said
Who'd you
Doja.
say was overhyped?
Tyler the Creator.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
But I'll say but Tyler the Creator does produce, I hear, his own beats sometimes.
So does Doja Cat.
That's
Doja does.
Yeah.
too.
Doja's that kind of girl where you could tell she's an industry plant, quote unquote, like
Mhm.
like she's a label prop up.
Mhm.
But she has talent.
She's got
talented.
talent, bro.
And they were holding on to him
Yeah.
for so long. And they were like,
And
okay.
they made her do these stupid, like
yeah, so
kitschy
Right.
songs and videos, but like she let her do her own
but
thing.
she kind of is quirky. Like
She is
doing
quirky.
that
She
weird
is
shit.
weird. But if you're telling me that Lady Gaga could have been the
Yeah.
best in the world, like how is Doja Cat?
Exactly.
Doja Cat's
It's not much
better.
different. She is not much
Like,
different.
and they're the same type of quirk, and
She's
it's
not
like
there yet, but she could be.
I don't know,
She
bro.
could be.
She could be Lady Gaga status.
Yeah, exactly. Remember,
Her last album just dropped a couple
Gaga
weeks
didn't
ago.
have to. Remember, Gaga didn't have to be overly sexual. She's so
That's true.
good music.
True, yeah.
That's true.
Doja's being really overly sexual
true.
because the whole industry. Thing.
Yeah.
Let her just sell music.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
I like Doja being sexy because she's sexy.
careful.
I'm just saying.
Careful.
I'm just saying.
I would say this is how I would say Post Malone, underhyped because I was there in the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
and I've just been with him
Talent.
ever since the beginning.
Talent.
He
Yeah.
was- I don't think people judge him like a book by its cover, and you can't like. So I'm gonna say
So much
Post
more.
underhyped, and I'm gonna say Doja hype is real because she's so talented. Like when I listen to her music, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to this Doja Cat song. I'm gonna open my mind. I'm gonna open my ear, and I never have done that and been like, nah, this is garbage. I've always when I've opened up and listened to her,
Like, oh, she.
I'm like, nah, she could go. So I would say because she could rap, she could sing, she could do everything. And Tyler, I do like Tyler, but for the sake of what we're doing, he would probably be my out of these three. He's my third. He's my third best.
Yeah.
So I would say he would be fault.
And he's just
overhyped.
He's overhyped because he's trying to really squeeze this like that moment of fame that he had.
I'm trying to be cool.
You
and
know?
I'm trying to be like, oh, nobody do it like
Yeah,
bro.
like,
Come on, knock
The
that.
Igor stuff, and then what do you do after Igor? Call me if you get lost. It's like, okay,
He's
you
talented though.
no, he's talented. He did the Call You Get Me Lost. That was his third like really good album. He should have chilled, but instead he wanted to do Cornucopia and this and that. And it's like, all right,
And it
bro. Like,
became
now you're
weird.
stretching it. Like
Yeah.
you're stretching your hype. You're stretching your hype.
Even the
bro.
clothes, the
Yeah.
golf stuff is like.
I like the
weird.
clothes though. I
I'm
like
not
the
a
scent.
fan.
Like I just feel like if he did ASAP, if he just stopped with the music and went directly into just fashion only, it would have been dope. But I mean, they're gonna say
Kind of like a
"Why?"
mini Ye. I think he wants to be.
Yeah.
They all want to
He's
be a
just
mini
not-
A, but
yeah,
they're
they
not.
all want to be.
But they're not.
Everybody want to be
Can't be.
Kanye.
Because they're not this. You got to be somewhat of this to like.
Gotta be have like
You want to be Michael Jordan? You gotta be a
Yeah.
different. You gotta be different.
gotta have screws loose.
Yeah, you gotta have.
You gotta be able to tell some
Wanna be the
people
best?
off
Wanna
too.
Be the best.
You want to be the best. You gotta have screws loose.
Gotta have screws.
Gotta have screws loose. Gotta have a few screws loose. Let's talk. Earlier we were talking about some of the best broadcasters, or not best, but we were talking about how broadcasters and TV media people, they get into it. They're always running their mouths. But who is the best at that? You know, you have names like Stephen A. Smith. You have Shannon Sharp. I did this with AI, and they gave me Tony Romo because Tony Romo is a pretty good talking head broadcaster. But yeah, overhyped, underhyped, hype is real. Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, Tony Romo.
Overhyped Stephen A. all day.
Yeah.
Overhyped for sure.
Let's go Tony underhyped because he's been up and down, but I think he's pretty quality. He's not a
For
normal.
what he does
For broadcasting it.
and for how long he's
He's the
first,
information guy. He's not the play-by-play guy. You know.
yes, he's the color.
He's the
color
color guy. So he does his job pretty well. He's not annoying. You know.
No.
Yeah, and then Shannon is hype is real.
Hype is really because look, bro. I gotta say,
Club straight-
Ocho Cinco and him
nightcap.
talking is like the best.
Yeah, so
I'm not a big fan of his podcast anymore.
Me neither,
I
no.
used to like it a lot.
Me
But
neither.
I haven't been like
It's weird. It feels like it's almost like a big
he's
company.
too formal. He's
It feels like a big company came in and
Yeah,
said,
yep.
"I'll buy out. Let me control the
Yep.
content a little
I
bit. But
agree.
I'll pay you out." And he was
Whereas
like,
nightcap seems like it's still hit.
It's
Like
him just free balling.
Nightcap
I like
is
how he is on
great.
nightcap.
Balling, yeah.
I like how he is on
And
nightcap.
he always presents challenging questions to Ocho, and I think Ocho is the perfect person to receive those.
Yeah.
Because Ocho's not going to respond in like a button-up way.
Yeah.
He's going to try to find a way that like
Creative way to give you a left field opinion. but
Right.
It makes it's coherent.
right, and then you know Shannon is just the rock. He's the one you can always be steadfast. I miss the old Stephen A. Bro.
We all do.
I-
We all do.
I miss the journalist Stephen A.
Yeah, we all do.
Not the
before
arrogant.
people-
The actor.
Like, he was arrogant in his
Now he's
opinions,
acting
but
like
not
himself.
arrogant like an arrogant person.
Yeah.
The radio show Stephen A. the always in New York City for the Knicks game,
And
Stephen
and
A.
it's so crazy. The years that he was like doing the radio show and his times were getting better, like he would get better
Yeah.
times. I was like always in the truck, driving the truck around
Yeah.
for work. So I'm like listening to all the ESPN radio shows. I would just like I hated Coward. I
Yeah.
hated Colin Coward, but I loved Stephen A.
Yeah.
because he was fiery, but he wasn't too much. Some like a lot of the guys like I would talk to, old
Yeah.
school radio,
Yeah.
sports radio guys, be like, oh, he's too crazy, he's too much. I don't like.
Yeah.
It. But I'd be like, ah, he's different. Like I like him a little.
He
bit.
is. And then when they did first,
He's a loyal fan,
Right.
of his team.
Of his teams, yeah.
Right.
You know?
and then they did the first take with Jay Crawford, Skip,
Mhm.
and him.
That was one of the best
It
versions.
was the
when
best
Jay was in
version,
there.
bro, with Jay.
Shout out
Like,
Jay Crawford.
yeah, that was
I
the
like
best
Jake
version.
Crawford, bro.
But the second they got rid of Skip and made Stephen A. the guy.
I was never a big Skip guy.
I'm just saying
We
it's
all hated
changed.
Skip.
I didn't like Skip either,
Skip's a
but
jerk.
it turned it all of a sudden Stephen A. It just turned. Now it's tough for me to. Stephen A. is just not there, bro. I miss the
Overhyped for Stephen.
yeah, bro.
Overhyped.
Who is the but with that? But who is like the best for like who gives you that journalism for real nowadays? Like I don't feel like anyone really does that. I want to. I think Peter Schrager does a good job.
Scott Van Pelt.
Scott Van
Scott Van
Pelt
Pelt.
does a
Scott Van
Scott Van
Pelt.
Pelt. Who's the guy from Pro Football Focus? He does a good job. Chris Sims and the other guy from Pro Football Focus. I can't remember his name.
Kiss my ass.
It's not Chris Sims, but it's
Chris Sims is probably like the only Jersey guy I don't fuck.
his son. His son is what I'm talking about.
No, that
Oh, that
Chris
is
Sims
Chris
is
Sims. Oh,
the
okay,
one I don't
okay.
fuck with.
Who's the one? Who's the quarterback?
Chris and Matt Sims.
Oh, Phil. Okay,
Chris
yeah.
and Matt Sims could both go to hell
Yeah.
for all I care.
But
Chris Sims, when we were growing up playing football, bro, all they took Chris Sims on it, bro. He was ass.
He was ass.
bro. He was ass, bro. Will Hill used to bust his ass every fucking week.
facts.
Like fuck that.
Facts. But yeah, I don't know who the best journalist is. I think Peter Schrager does a good job. I like the guy from Good Morning Football too. Whatever happened to Nate Burleson? What is he doing? Is he? I thought he was supposed to be the next golden child.
Ryan Clark made him obsolete.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like Nate Burleson better than
Ryan Clark. Let's do this list over.
Bro, I hate
Shannon Sharp, Stephen A, Ryan Clark.
I mean, Ryan Clark.
Take Tony Romo out.
bro.
I don't like
hate
Ryan Clark. You don't like Ryan Clark, bro?
I like the pivot.
I hate.
I don't like him on ESPN,
You're
but
right.
I like the pivot.
Pivot is good because they get players to actually open up because
Yeah.
they're ex-players. But
He gives
Ryan Clark, he it feels like he's being so radical to be
Yeah,
radical.
Yeah.
clickbaity
Clickbaity. and it's like,
topics.
dude, stop getting so emotional. Like,
Yeah.
your job.
Like you weren't a jagged edge player when you were
Exactly.
Yeah.
you were in the league.
Like you weren't Peyton Manning. Like your job right now is to get the information out of the players and to just provide a little bit of color of your own experience.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear a documentary
He was
about
Jesse Bates.
how you know everything.
I know.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
dude, come on.
And every time he
a
frowns
really
on
good
TV,
safety.
you see it. You see the dog. You're like, oh, like you were a hitter.
And
But
you
then
play-
he's frowning about like he'll be
You
like,
won a Super Bowl, but you won it on like one of the most elite teams that ever
that
existed.
team was crazy.
Like no, not taking anything away from him, but just like you weren't the procuring cause of your team winning.
Had one of the
you played next to the best safety of all time.
All time.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
In the
Like
same rooms with him.
yeah,
In like every single room he was in, you were in.
Yeah.
You had that leg up on the whole league.
Ike
Yep.
Taylor,
Ike Taylor.
yeah, like Taylor, bro.
That's just
the
DBs.
the
That's
linebacker.
DB.
Yeah, that's just on DB.
Hall of Fame linebacker.
Listen,
Hall of
I
Fame
like the
defense.
pivot though.
I like the pivot. The pivot is one of the best pods out there for player interviews.
Yeah.
Like ever since they started, they've been one of the best.
Is Channing Crowder still there?
I love Channing.
Yeah, Channing is the
I
man.
love
Probably
him.
my
But
favorite.
before
personality.
the pivot though, when it was Brandon Marshall's though, like that one.
Brandon Marshall.
No, it's fuck Brandon
Fuck
Marshall.
Brandon
but That,
Marshall.
you can't tell me that pod was dope.
No, it
bro.
was not good. Brandon Marshall's ass, bro.
Well, here no.
I don't
The-
care. If there's one
No,
person I don't
because
care what they have to
Brandon
say, is Brandon Marshall.
Gives you the cheesiest takes, but you need a guy to give you the cheesy takes as an ex-player because they all can go in on each other.
Go in, bro.
They would all go in on each other.
There would be no Ocho doing what Ocho's doing right now. There would be no Fred Taylor doing what Fred Taylor's doing right now.
And this is why the show broke up in the first place, and they had to go make the pivot
'Cause-
because of what you're saying is what Brandon Marshall thought. There would be no show without me. There would be no this. It's like he
No,
thought it was all him.
Ocho showed. I think he was better than everybody.
He was better than all of them.
Better than all.
He was better than all of them.
And Ocho didn't even take no money.
Yeah, he didn't even want to. He was just like, "Yo, I don't want to own it. I just
But
want to
not
be."
that Brandon was giving people any money
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll just give him credit
Nah,
for
fuck
just putting
Brandon
together.
Marshall.
I'm just saying, I'm giving him credit for putting together an all-star.
I give him no credit. Fuck him.
That's all. That's all.
I said it right here on my podcast. Fuck
Damn.
Brandon Marshall.
Damn.
That's a hot take. It's not a hot take because who the fuck gives a fuck about Brandon Marshall?
22 catches in one game.
Yeah, as a player, I think he's great. I respect him as a
Alright.
player. At whatever he's doing now, like, fuck him.
Brandon Marshall and Keyshawn Johnson. Like,
Give me Key all day.
Give me Keyshawn.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing,
so I'm missing.
like, how good was Brandon Marshall?
What does the TV have to do to get Keyshawn Johnson back on TV?
Yeah,
bro?
for
How do we
real.
get this man back
For
on
real,
TV?
I haven't seen him for a minute.
Because Fox cut him. Like, how do we get
That's what they do. That's just what they do.
Michael Irvin back on TV? How we get how do
Need that Michael Irvin.
we get that Michael Irvin back
Like
on?
Rex Ryan's cool and all, but those veneers,
Yeah.
are
Get Rex
so
Ryan off TV.
bright. It's like
Get Rex-
LEDs. It's like LEDs on.
Get Rex off TV. He's lost. He's
Good
lost.
looking.
He's
Yo,
lost his sense of direction of like he gave a take on Shedeur that I just didn't agree with, and it's just like Rex. This is why you don't coach anymore.
Yeah.
bro.
And
Hang it up.
here's what I'll say on behalf of us and B&H. Michael Irvin, Keyshawn, y'all want to come get your takes here?
Michael Irvin's tough.
Yeah, Mike,
Playmaker.
playmaker. If you want to,
Playmaker. Playmaker.
if you want to give those finger licking, if you want to give us some of that,
I love Michael Irvin. He's a goat. I
He's a
got a
goat.
couple more for us. Stand up comedy. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, Overhyped, Underhyped.
Yikes.
Hype is real.
Yikes. Okay, hot take. Hot fucking take.
Give it to us.
Chris Rock, overhyped.
That's not a hot take.
It's not.
That's not
Damn.
mine. That's not mine.
Keep going.
Damn.
Rip
Going,
the rest.
yeah,
Rip
keep
the
going,
rest.
keep
Rip
Well,
the
no,
rest.
Dave Chappelle is. I think hype is real, and I think that Kevin Hart might be a little underhyped, comedy wise.
What's yours?
Okay. Who'd you give?
Stand up comedy.
Who'd you give overhype?
Stand up.
Chris
This is
Rock.
only stand up.
Yeah.
This is not comedy movies. This isn't comedy TV
Chris
shows.
Rock. Chris Rock. Hype is real because you're
Okay.
gonna laugh at.
Yeah, you
every
laugh. You
single
definitely
stand-up.
laugh.
Maybe not every joke,
Yeah.
but you're gonna laugh during the show a few times, and you're gonna leave like after watching all his specials. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he harped on that subject for a long time.
Yeah,
and
he
that
does
subject
harp.
for a long
Yeah.
time, but
Yeah.
like it was good. Bro, Kevin Hart is so up and down with his live shows that you're like, dude, like it feels like sometimes he's detached, and then he'll come with a good special.
Yeah.
He's got one
so
dropping
up and down.
this week.
So
Does he really?
Yeah, the 24th.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch.
So for me, overhyped for him, and then
Okay.
Dave Chappelle, legend,
Yeah.
legend.
Dave Chappelle.
Screws loose, but dude,
Dave Chappelle's
one of the
best.
best.
So here's mine. Mine is Chris Rock, underhyped.
Oh.
I've seen Chris Rock live, tore the house down. He's underhyped. My overhype would be Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is funny in general. His stand-ups aren't that great to me, but get him in a room with a bunch of people, his friends, his family.
Yeah.
Get him in a room with a bunch of celebrities, Kai Snat, Drewski, fucking hilarious. But if we're talking about stand-up between these three,
Yeah.
he would be my overhype. Dave Chappelle's hype is real. Chris Rock is my underhype.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I will say though, because we are on camera, is I watch Chris Rock stand up very often.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
I actually really enjoy.
I probably watch Dave and Chris probably about as much.
Yeah,
Same.
very much. Like I don't go back and watch Kevin Hart that much, but I
No.
feel like I remember
Only that
Kevin,
one Kevin Hart where he's like,
Big Little Man,
Yeah.
like the one where he's like Gooma Gap.
you stupid ass bitch.
Yeah.
Little no nipple, no titty having ass bitch. That one.
Yeah, like those. But that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I don't go back to watch Kevin Hart's because I literally remember them
Yeah.
so well.
He dropped like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah.
But I remember most of Chris Rock's by heart too.
Yeah,
Where
Chris
Dave,
Rock is good.
Dave
too.
Chappelle just has that ability where, like, when I saw him live, it was like the second he hit the stage, like your cheeks hurt because you were just laughing.
Laugh.
Chris Rock?
Yeah.
No, at
Oh,
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, yeah.
Every single thing, and then he would hit you with a serious thing, and your cheeks would go down for 1 second.
Yeah.
Then he'd rip a joke right after.
Yeah.
Like you talk about talent. Like,
Yeah.
For me,
And
when
then Dave Chappelle. Oh, go ahead.
when I've seen Chris Rock, it was like as a surprise. Like I didn't know. Like I thought I was going to a concert, but he was like the opener for the concert.
that's crazy.
So he was testing out his material because it was for his Kill the Messenger special.
Oh yeah.
He was like testing out the material, so he opened up a concert that I went to, and bro, he fucking tore the house down. Because I think most people didn't know he was going to be there.
Yeah.
He fucking tore it down, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking like you this is in person, mind you. It's not sitting at TV.
Yeah.
In the audience, you don't stop laughing
Yeah.
at the show, bro.
And what I will say with Chris Rock too, which is even different than Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart, he takes the craft of stand-up comedy. Like you could tell he's like a guy, like a technician, I guess, with the
Who,
stand-up.
Dave?
Not Dave, and Dave is a technician with the way he tells his jokes.
Yeah. He's a great storyteller.
He's a great storyteller. Chris Rock is like the entertaining aspect of it, the way he walks around. Like Dave Chappelle doesn't really move too much, right?
Yeah.
But Chris Walker's walking from side
Yeah,
to side.
he does
Right?
it.
He's moving around. He's
He's
you know what I'm
like
saying?
talking to
He's talking to the
yeah.
He's
people.
awkward. He knows he's awkward.
Yeah.
Right,
so
because he
plays
came
off it.
Yeah, and because he comes from those that entertainment that Apollo Theater style
New York.
of stuff, that New York style
York,
of like
Everybody hates Chris.
what's that
Yeah.
famous spot in New York? It's the famous comedy club, the
Comedy
Cellar.
Cellar.
He's there like all the time.
Yeah.
He's there all the time.
He's like
I
one
gotta
of those
go.
guys.
We gotta go.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta go, man. But I saw Kevin Hart twice live, bro, and I was crying, bro. He's
We've
just
all seen one of them.
Yeah. We've all seen
but the fact of the matter is that because we even mentioned those three means that they're top threes. That
Yeah,
not top three, but they're up there.
They're up there.
But
Sure.
yeah, Dave Technician with the way the jokes are laid out. Chris Rock is just an entertainer, yo. Chris Rock is an entertainer.
Kevin Hart's the guy you wish you had in your family.
Yeah,
Just kinda
exactly.
Jokes at all the events.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like
Facts.
everybody wish you had him as your uncle.
Yep.
Facts. I got two more. Streaming platforms: Hulu, Netflix, Prime. Overhyped, underhyped, hype is real.
Netflix is the fucking GOAT, bro.
Mm.
I'm sorry,
The
bro.
hype is real.
Netflix is the
On Netflix.
GOAT. The hype is real. They are the GOATs, bro. Just when you think Netflix doesn't have anything to watch, they drop
always-
you
Yeah,
with something,
yeah.
bro.
Now, if you go looking on Netflix, they got something to watch.
At
got-
least one.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like that's the crazy part about it. At
Yeah.
least one.
Every time.
And they do a good job of saying, "Here's what you want.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know what you like.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Your Netflix, your
You're
Netflix,
gonna,
and my
you're
Netflix
gonna
are all
love
gonna look
this,
different.
but actually,
yeah.
you're gonna love
Nah,
this.
they're always right.
You're looking at it, you're like, I wouldn't like.
They're
that.
always
You
right.
start watching, you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this shit is wild.
Netflix
you know?
to me is like Pandora, right?
Yeah.
Pandora's how I
how curate.
it's how I discovered a lot of new. I discover still
Yeah.
a lot of new music. I go on Pandora, I leave it on random, let it, and I learned that's how I
The best
find my new music,
algorithm.
right?
Yeah.
It's like Netflix the same way. I go on Netflix, I'll just throw something on. Next thing I know, I love that.
We'll say so. Hulu's. We could all
Hulu's
say that's
overhyped.
throw it out.
Yeah.
That's overhyped.
The thing about Prime is, remember when that Kyrie documentary dropped? Where could you get it? You could get it on Prime.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing about Prime is it has so many levels
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
big films and small films
Yeah.
all combined. And like, yeah, you may
Prime
have to rent
underhyped,
some of
bro.
them, but they're accessible. They're
Yeah.
there. You could with one click, with $4, you could watch
Yep.
something that
And-
Listen,
And
there's-
with Prime too,
yeah,
you can watch the HBOs, the
Yeah, you can get a
Paramount,
couple
you
of
can
them
get all
shows.
the
Yeah.
other shit on there.
Let
let me say, there's one person out here trying to make life better each and every day for the American people, and he's just trying to make us happy and thrive and give
Yeah.
us the things we need. His name is
just
Jeffrey.
pay your workers.
Jeffrey
Just pay your
Bezos.
workers. Just
Yeah.
pay your workers.
No, Jeffrey Bezos.
your workers.
Jeffrey Bezos
health
is making
insurance.
life good for
Give
us.
your workers health insurance.
But he's
please.
trying to make life better for us. At the cost
Yeah.
of $250 billion for him, but
You could pay for health insurance with that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you
But You
could.
could take a chunk of the bills
Yeah.
of a few bill, take 3 bill, and just pay for the health insurance.
I could talk and tell you about insurance all day, about how it's a scam,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna talk.
At least Jeffrey Bezos' tunnel boring machines aren't breaking down.
Jeffrey.
Uh,
addiction. No
I got
addiction.
Yeah.
here's here's our last one. This is goated TV shows. The Office, Entourage, Friends, Overhyped, Underhyped, hype is real. Now, if you know me, you know the answer to this.
Yeah. I could answer for you if you want.
Go answer for me.
You're gonna say overhype is friends. You're gonna say hype. Oof.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough.
Yeah, hype is real with Entourage and underhype Office. That's what I go with.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Bet.
These wouldn't be the three that I would have chose. Because to be honest with you, I didn't really watch all three of these that much, except for Friends, really. Entourage,
I put Friends in there for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even that, I'm not like a Friends fanatic like the rest of my friends are.
I feel like when I used
You know?
to sleep over at your dorm, we fucking would watch.
We would watch Friends. We would
One
watch
time I
Friends.
made you just watch.
Friends is
Yeah.
good. It's not bad.
But I would watch Friends. But the reason
bad. It's
the
not
reason
bad.
why I was watching Friends is obviously I think it's a good show. But
It's not
I
bad.
also would watch it because my friends are watching Friends, and I always wanted to
to know what was
like
going
know
on.
what was
Yeah.
going on. So, but like for me, like the shows that I would choose to watch that like my friends actually watched as well was like How I Met Your Mother. Like,
Never watched that.
No, bro.
Never watched.
No?
I mean, I've seen it.
It's up and
Jason
down.
Segel and
Yeah,
Doogie
annoying.
Howser.
It gets a little annoying.
Like, I
You're
wasn't.
watching binge watch 2 seasons and you're like, just tell me. How
I
you
watched
met
more
the
Big
mother.
Bang. I watched. I watched more Big Bang than
Yeah,
I watched.
Big Bang was pretty funny. But I'm
my
also
house,
not a
my
sitcom.
family loves Big
I really was not a sitcom guy though.
The thing with Entourage is it's kind of dated in that 2000s period.
Yeah.
Kind of like glorifies what was cool then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Glorifies it, and you're looking at it back now, and you're like, damn, like that's kind of goofy and that's
Yeah.
kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But it's like it's cool and nostalgic.
Yeah.
But then like you could pick out the goofiness where like The Office doesn't really have that kind of goofiness. To it,
Yeah.
you know.
That's that, but
Mhm.
that's the allure of Entourage too, though, is that it does have that nostalgia feel.
Yeah.
Like even when you were watching it at the time, you still felt good. You were like,
I
oh,
think
this
it's like
is
the
a-
last 2 seasons where they're like a little newer.
Yeah.
But like other than that, you're
Yeah.
right. The whole thing feels very.
Even when it was, it just felt
But it
good.
makes you want to. The bad thing about watching it, like Office, doesn't make you want to go back to like 2012.
Yeah,
No.
Entourage makes you want to go back.
Entourage makes you want to go back and be like, dude, can we just go back to flip phones?
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
like,
Early 2000s,
Yeah.
2000s.
But The Office definitely has unforgettable TV moments where
Yeah.
you're just like, yo, this
Yeah.
is
laughs,
hilarious.
laughs,
Like,
jokes, inside jokes,
especially
whatever.
especially in the extended episodes. What are those called?
Oh yeah, I watch those.
See those?
Yeah.
Bro, those are you ever see those? The
Nah,
extended-
They're like an extra 10 minutes long.
longer, bro. They're like 20 minutes.
Yeah. No, you're right. They're
And
20
they're
minutes.
funny because they have a lot of jokes that they
Yeah.
thought wouldn't like they have to cut a lot for the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
Nah, I
hilarious.
can watch those.
Gotta
all
watch
the
They
time.
let Dwight go off a little more.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It's
They
funny.
do. That
like
one's
that.
definitely good.
Honorable mention Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec is good. I like Parks and Rec. But yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap for today. As always, if you laughed, learned, or questioned the hype, remember to follow, like, subscribe, comment, and share. Subscribe button is right there in the corner. Click on it. Do it right now. Hit the thumbs up button right there. And remember, as always, believe no hype. Peace.
Shedeur!